Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports here live in Eunice at the old, or still
the
historic,
original gym, right?
the original Joe Langston Gymnasium. As we are getting ready, we broke ground just last week on the Taj Mahal Joe Langston Arena, which is going about a block and a half to the north from here. I'm Jimmy Jones alongside Rosendo Caballero and Charlie Fairbrush on the camera, a.k.a. The Thumb. We're getting ready to get started, just trying to test some mics, make sure our sound sounds okay, and then we will jump into our pregame. I'll give you guys a chance to say a few words just so we can kind of listen to your sound.
Yes, sir. Welcome back. It's my first game to announce volleyball, which I really enjoy watching. So I'm hoping I'm loud and clear tonight.
Yeah, and we're excited to have you. And we got some great news right now. Rosendo here has filed to run for re-election.
Correct.
In his school board position. There are 5 people the last time we looked that
Yes,
put
sir.
in for 3 spots. Those 5 people, if I can find them right here, are the following: Rosendo Caballero, Anthony Pender, David Gallegos, Edward Charo, and Richard Frederick. Those are the folks who have put in for those 5 people for 3 positions. And so anyway, kind of an interesting day here. And so congratulations on the filing. Now you got a campaign to run.
Yes, sir,
huh?
you do.
All right.
Yes, sir, do. Wish me best of luck.
I haven't seen your signs around about town. You got them out, or what are you going to do?
I want to take advantage of the radio.
That election process will take place, I believe, during the general election, which would be in November. And so, anyway, pretty exciting times. We're gonna jump over off the system for just 1 second. Listen to the sound. Make sure we sound okay. We'll be back. Thank you for listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports. I'm Jimmy Jones alongside my partner, Eunice School Board member Rosendo Caballero. Welcome, Rosendo.
Hello, sir. Welcome back.
First broadcast of the year for Rosendo.
I got some butterflies in my belly.
Well, we are glad to have you here. We've also got Charlie Fairbrush, a.k.a. The Thumb, up there. And so we've got the full crew in effect. I feel like we're over on the west side, so I'm going to throw up the dub in front of the camera and holler, west side.
Or for the win, huh?
Because we are ready to go. We're sitting over here in blue country. So this is the Crip side. The red side's over there. It's Crips and Bloods. And we're on the west side. So we're sitting over on the Lovington side. Our broadcast tonight will feature a battle of two Lee County teams covered by No Mark Broadcasting, as your 2A Eunice Lady Cardinals will host the 4A Lovington Lady Wildcats. Tonight is our station's first home broadcast of the season for volleyball. The Lady Cards have played 4 games already, 1 game on the road in Dexter, which we covered, Charlie and I did, and 3 games in the annual Lady Cardinal Invitational Volleyball Tournament. We did not cover those games. First of all, we had the football game in Estancia, and Charlie stayed up there. He was the smart one. He stayed up there in Moriarty that night and got a little sleep. I drove home and got home about 2:30 in the morning, and the next game was at 9 in the morning. So anyway, it was a rough one. But so we've already had 4 games this volleyball team has. This Lady Cardinal volleyball team is off to a very rocky start. They are 0-4 on the season. Every set, though, has been competitive, but they've just not been able to put sets together enough to win. In fact, they've only won 2 sets in the 4 games that they've played total. I did some digging. You know me, I'm always trying to figure out some research here. The last time a Eunice volleyball team started a season 0-4 was 2008-2009 season. They won the 5th game that year and ended up 1-4 to start the season. So I couldn't find any 0-5 Eunice Lady Cardinal volleyball teams going back 20 years. So I haven't seen that. Wow. So, we got to I'm hoping that maybe we don't jinx, I don't know, but hoping we can get that 1-4 and not end up 0-5.
Just so everybody knows, this game you're watching is the JV.
Yes.
Yeah, the JV Lady Cards are playing right now versus the Lady Wildcats, and it is a 1-1 match right now. And so we went ahead and started the broadcast. We got Charlie following the game, and we'll do our pregame while they're doing this stuff. For the Lady Cards, they enter this season it's the 2nd season under Coach Taylor Skinner. She's assisted this season by Miranda Miller, a.k.a. Randy Vincent, longtime Eunice Cardinal, Lady Cardinal basketball, volleyball player in her day. She's now joined the bench over there with Skinner. This Lady Cardinal team has some very talented athletes. However, they're just somewhat raw on the volleyball court. Of course, senior first-team all-district defensive specialist or libero Chloe Jones returns this season. She is the multiple-year starter who has made it to the state tournament every year of her high school career. She plays that defensive spot, as I mentioned, known as the libero. I've even heard it pronounced a couple of different ways. If you watch like European volleyball, I think they call it the libero or something like that, and in the U.S. they call it the libero. So occasionally you get people arguing over the correct pronunciation.
And Jimmy says it libero.
Yeah, that's right. You got to throw a little of that Eunice West Texas / twang into it. The problem, my opinion, and I always give it, the problem with that libero position for a player like Chloe is it really limits her ability to help the team on the offensive side.
She has a huge responsibility on the defensive side, yes, sir.
And so her job is solely defense, and so it takes arguably your most athletic kid on your team out of any offensive attacks or anything like that. They're just back there running around chasing balls that are running in the back half of the court. Also returning on the defensive side for this team are juniors Kenna McBee and Alondra Maureen. Both of these young ladies saw significant playing time last season in the back row. They're both solid multiple sport athletes, great hand-eye coordination, both move well on the back row. Another player who returns to the team from last season is 6-foot senior Sarah Reeves. Last season was her first season back on the volleyball court after sitting out a few years. She was, last year, they played her in that front row as a blocker most of the time, and by the end of the season, she had worked her way into a starting position as we entered the playoffs. And so this year, for this Cardinal team to be successful, she's going to have to develop some of that hitting as part of her game, because she does a great job blocking. Now we need her to transition and be able to hammer that ball down. She's 6 foot tall. She's athletic as all get out. And, man, she's smart. And when I say she's smart, she's a different level of smart. She is a finalist for the Maddox this scholarship, the main one this year, and she is a Maddox scholar. And gets a huge scholarship to go to college next year. Congratulations to that young lady. Newcomer freshman Kara Thompson plays both the front and back row this season. She is definitely one to watch. She sets, hits in the front row. She has all the makings of a very special volleyball phenom here in the future. You don't see many freshmen as talented as this young lady. She's one of those young ladies that you just walk in the gym and you see what she's doing and you go, wow, she might be a volleyball player. I mean, just watching her serve, you'll watch here in a few minutes, she'll walk back there to the baseline of the basketball court, stand there with that ball cupped in that offhand, and then she'll toss that sucker damn near to the ceiling and take off running toward the back line of the court and jump up and do a jump serve where her feet are about 3 foot off the ground and just hammers it. And right now some of those hammers are long or into the net, but there's a lot of them that are rockets right into the corner of the court and aces. And she's only a freshman. You don't see many freshmen at the 2A level jump serving. In fact, you don't see a whole lot of players in general jump serving. This young lady's a freshman, and she jump serves, and not only does she jump serve, she jump serves with some authority. So I'm looking for big things from her. I think as the season goes on, you're going to see some real evolution or development from her. I look for big things from Thompson. Freshman Maylene Villa has looked impressive so far. She's been rotating in as a setter in that setter position and done a pretty good job. In fact, sometimes they put Thompson and Villa in at the same time to where they have two setters. In all my years of covering Cardinal volleyball or watching Cardinal volleyball, which is probably close to 2 decades now,
at least,
I don't think I've ever seen a Eunice team that had 2 setters. And so sometimes it looks really, really good. So far, they're struggling sometimes with that rotation. I see those two running into each other and kind of getting in each other's way. Are you setting or am I setting on this one? But at the same time, if they can ever get it clicking, if you watch much college or whatnot volleyball, you see they have multiple people setting on the floor, and it just makes things a lot smoother.
Yeah, a lot flow.
If we can ever get the rotation and the flow down, it could be really good, and I think we will. Junior Michaela Pierce and senior Amaya Gillespie are first-year players for this Lady Cardinal varsity volleyball team. They're both very athletic. They can both jump, and they both hit the ball well. Another one of those things that it's just going to take some time to get into that rotation and feel and who's hitting this one and that one and whatnot. Juniors Mariah McGuire and Aubrey Haller are playing multiple spots in the current rotation. In fact, every game I've watched, it seems like they're in different places. One game they're playing the back row, the next one they're only playing the front row. I just don't think we've figured out that rotation yet, but both of those young ladies have got all of the tools to play anywhere they need to. This team has athletes. They just seem to be struggling with positioning and understanding their role. Jones is the only longtime starter returning this season, the only starter with more than maybe a handful of starts in her career at the high school level. Reeves did start late in the season last year. So other than that, it's new group, new positions, new rotations, second-year coach, new assistant. It's just going to take us some time. The only thing that worries me is you don't want it to take up so much time that you get to the end of the season and you're not getting one of those. Your record's got to be good enough. I hear people say, well, it don't matter right now. It matters in district. Well, yeah, if you're in Texas, maybe that's the truth.
Yeah, but we're not in Texas.
In New Mexico, your record has a whole lot to do with whether you get in, what position you get in, and so it does matter here. And so I just hope we can start to get things together before it's too late, for sure. Lovington, on the other hand, enters tonight's matchup with only one game. At least that's all Max Prep shows. They are 0-1 on the season. They fell to Lee County rival Hobbs, 3-0 at Hobbs last week in their season opener. For Lovington, looking at their roster, they returned several names I recognize from last season, especially basketball. I see names like Myra and Malaya Castro, young ladies that you always expect to call their name on the basketball
Dropping
court.
threes, baby.
Yeah, my old co-worker has a daughter on this team, which shares a name with a.k.a. the thumb up there. Her name's Charlie. Somebody hollered for Charlie a while ago, and the young lady was saying, yes, do y'all need me? And they were trying to talk to this Charlie, and so anyway, Charlie Knapp is one of these players for the Lady Wildcats, who I recognize her name. They didn't enter any stats or anything onto Max Preps, and I haven't watched Lovington, so I really don't know who's who and who's what, but that is the information that I had on Lovington, and so my apologies for not giving you a little bit more info. Maybe as the game goes on, I'll be able to do so. These two teams split their matchups last year. Lovington won the first matchup 1-3, and Eunice won the second matchup 3-2. So that is my pregame spiel. That's kind of my rundown. Rosendo, your thoughts?
What's beautiful about volleyball, it's like a band. You got to have rhythm. You got to have somebody leading the charge, taking care of the pace, and putting people in the right position. And sometimes that's hard when you have such a young group, but yet so talented. And like you said, we got to get this timing, this band together right before the Cardinal Classic coming up. That way we can shine in that tournament. So we got to get everything moving in the right direction.
And we just did the Cardinal Classic. It was this
Oh,
weekend.
I apologize. I thought it was this coming weekend.
Yep. No,
shows you where our mind's at, huh?
Yeah. We just did it, and so you know that was.
How did they do there?
We were 0-3.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
let's don't even talk about that. How about that?
You know, I will tell you this.
Thank you,
though.
Charlie.
I will tell you this. I watched every game except Friday night. I didn't get to see Eunice and Jal. I don't know anything about how. I know that we lost. But I watched the two games on Saturday, and we started. We picked up a set in the second game. We picked up a set in the third game, and every set was like 25-21, 28-26, 29-27. I mean, they were competitive sets. We
just couldn't get it
and
over.
in a couple of them, we were up like, just. It might be 9-1 at the beginning of the set, and then they'd come back and beat us. It was like like I said, we've got a lot of, not necessarily young. There are definitely some youngsters on the team, but young as far as amount of time they've been on the court at the varsity level.
Needed out
well,
there.
communication too. The other night in Dexter, we've seen a lot of miscommunication.
Yeah. I will tell you, Dexter, it was ugly. All right. They looked much better this weekend. I walked out of there going,
okay.
I thought we looked much better. I thought we did some things that looked good. I saw some things that I didn't. Dexter, I'm going to tell you, I sat up there in Dexter going, man, when's basketball start? Okay. But
that's not good, Jimmy. It's too early.
But just being honest.
I know.
Anybody that watches sports, okay, I grew up a Cowboys fan. My dad was a Cowboys fan. He said, son, you're a Cowboys fan. And I said, okay. So anybody that's into sports, when your team ain't doing so well, it ain't near as fun to go sit and watch them play. And at Dexter the other night, we went down 0-3.
Didn't have a lot of fun.
It wasn't a lot of fun. And so I was looking for the exit. And so.
And that's a long drive to go up just for 0-3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it's my daughter's senior year, so I'm as excited about anybody to get the opportunity to watch. So it's not a knock. It's just reality. Some people say, oh, well, you're a Fairweather fan. I think all fans, to some degree, are Fairweather fans. You're excited when your team's doing well, and you're not so excited when they're not. And so in Dexter, we didn't do well. We didn't look good. I will tell you, we looked better Saturday, and that is my honest opinion. I thought we looked much better Saturday.
So in that, keeping that in momentum, we should look great tonight then, right?
Yeah. I sure hope so.
Yeah. Why not? Let's aim positive here. Let's think positive.
We've got, and I said this in my little pregame spiel there, we've got some athletic, talented kids on the team. The Gillespie girl, man, she has moments where you're like, wow, did she just do what I saw? Did. And, of course you got Chloe back there. Chloe's, she's a state runner-up in the 100-meter hurdle. She's a state runner-up in the pole vault. She's a state placer on the podium in the 100. She's a first-team all-Lee County basketball player. We've got kids out there that are as athletic as anybody. We just haven't been able to put it together yet. And so I think we will. I think it's coming. I'm positive in that. I just hope we can do it before
in a timely manner before.
Yeah, we don't want to be 0-9.
No, we do not.
Trying to put it together late in the season.
No, this would be a good time tonight.
Tonight be perfect.
Put it together.
Hey, while we're talking about some of this, we got about 15 and a half minutes on the clock. Devon Energy is hiring in the Eunice area. If you know anybody looking for jobs, get online at Devon. In today's world, you can search Devon in your search engine and find it. You can reach out, Google their phone number, call a Devon office, ask them how to apply. They have numerous positions open in the Eunice area. The radio station actually sent me a commercial to add to our box. They sent it to me sometime late yesterday. I haven't had the box anywhere where I could do it. I've been running like a chicken with my head cut off all day. This is a
new box, right?
This is a new box. It is. This is a different box than what we had last year. Yeah, it's got a power button. The cord cable's not soldered into the back of it anymore. It actually goes in and out. And so, Devon Energy is hiring. If you're looking for a great company, great benefits, and a big-time supporter of Eunice sports in our local community, Devon Energy is hiring. They're also a great sponsor of Eunice Cardinal Sports and our broadcast. People like Bryce Jenkins, Ryan Dean. I call it the Eunice Cardinal Retired Quarterbacks Club. They all work at Devon Energy. And so we appreciate you. Some other sponsors, Parker Energy Services. Brett was standing out in the yard a while ago. I mean, he's my neighbor. The guy, he'll dive under a car for a neighbor to chase down a 6-foot snake wrapped up in your exhaust or whatever. The guy ain't scared of nothing. And if he'll do that kind of service for a mouthy neighbor that lives across the street, what kind of service can him and Parker Energy do for you? Make sure to shout out to Parker Energy. BTH Services and Rental. Chad Howler, have you seen that guy's beard/goatee? He's got it braided at the end. And, man, he can lasso dogies with that thing. I think he could jump on a horse with Gary Deck and Don Jones and lasso some steers with that goatee he's got hanging. And if he takes care of that goatee like he's able to do, he'll take care of his customers the same way. BTH Services and Rental. Eunice Pump and Supply. Becky Nogelmeyer, Brandon Matthews, and all the crew. I can think of a whole bunch of things to say about them that would be entertaining. I will tell you that Gillespie, that's on our team that I was talking about earlier, that's extremely athletic, she's related to Becky Nogelmeyer and Fam, and you can see that volleyball in them. Anybody that's related to Becky Nogelmeyer, whether it be Laura or Rochelle, they're all volleyball players, and that one right there is one too. So the Eunice Health Clinic, Brian, Elma, Aaron, and all the gang down there have some great people down there. Candida's there as well now. In today's deadline for elections, one of the positions that's up for grabs in this coming election is the Hospital Board District, and that is the the Eunice Health Clinic Group. They're one of our great sponsors. And so just looking, the last time I looked, it had been updated, so I think we're probably pretty good after the time now. That hospital board district, the people that have put in for it are Mr. Dennis Teeters, the preacher down at the Baptist Church. I think the world of Dennis. Erica Jones, I think the world of her too.
I
and
sure
she
hope
makes
you do.
some good tacos and enchiladas and lets me sleep in the bed at night. So she's another good one. Nikki Acosta. Nikki Acosta is the mother of Tinley that was on our volleyball team last year. Nikki's a great lady, served for a time as the nurse at the schools, and just great people. Bridget Aguilar, I think she's currently one of our nurses at the schools, and so she's put in for it. Great lady, great family, the Gardner family. Shauna Luster. Shauna Luster is a young lady that I went to school with, a nurse. Another young lady that's good people. So a bunch of good people putting in for that hospital board district, and that is the Eunice Health Clinic's governing body, and so shout out to those sponsors. The Eunice Public Schools is next on our list of sponsors. Mr. Haynes, Miss Sims, Resendo, sitting right here beside us, Matt Coy, Kenny Reed, Miss Hahn, and David Gallegos is the current board and administration. There's going to be some big changes in that administration and board over the next year. Mr. Haynes has announced his retirement publicly. Miss Sims has announced her retirement publicly. So that is your superintendent as well as your business office manager, both going. And then now you've got Kenny Reed did not register today by 5 o'clock and he's your school board president. He has decided, I spoke to Kenny, known Kenny a lot of years, much respect for him. He has decided not to run. So there is a new group. The spots that are open or that are up this time are Kenny's spot, Resendo, who's sitting right here beside us, spot, and David Gallegos' spot. And the people that put in for those spots are, let me get back up here to it. Resendo can probably spit them out off the top of his head, but it is Resendo, Anthony Pender. Anthony is a man from here in the community, a Eunice graduate, was baseball coach the last couple of years here. I'm not sure I don't know how that'll work out. I don't know if he has to step off.
I don't think he's going to be on the coaching this year.
Okay, all right. The Pender family, great people, been around here for years. His mama served on the city council for years. I mean, Bubba, just great people. And so he's put in for it. As I mentioned, Senator Gallegos, David Gallegos, he's running for re-election. Edward Charo. Edward is a guy from here in the community, a Eunice graduate, deep ties to the Eunice community. His brother and him were both sports stars in their day. Their aunt, who they were raised with like brothers and sisters, Becky, is a Eunice sports legend on the girls' side of things.
On the track field.
Oh, my goodness. She was one of the best all times in the hurdles and other events on the track.
The long jump.
Yeah, so, and Edward also coaches youth sports. He's real involved in youth football and things like that. And so got kids young in the school, another good one. And then the last one on this list, and this was the last list I had at just after 5 o'clock, is Richard Frederick. I don't know a lot about Richard. I know that he works for the EMS or fire department, and I know that his spouse worked for the Eunice Public Schools for some time. That's really about all I know about him. I see him around, and he's always friendly. And so anyway, I mention all of those folks because those are all good people that have decided to take the challenge and put in for these positions because they take time away from your family and everything else, and they're not easy. Next on the list here of our sponsors is the City of Eunice. And as I mentioned, the City of Eunice, there are 3 city council positions that are open as well. No, I'm sorry, 4. Carlos Herrera's position, he's running for re-election. Carlos is, you won't find a business in the community that's more involved and does things, and so we appreciate him. He's running for re-election. He's always standing out here with a grill in parking lots, cooking burgers when it's 105 degrees with sweat on his chin, and Carlos is Carlos. He's a lifelong Eunice resident as well. Erica Jones, I mentioned her earlier in the hospital district. I'll mention her again here with the city council. She's running for a re-election in her spot. She's a teacher at the school. She's involved in a whole bunch of things. Like
Yeah, she just got promoted too.
She's running the what's the word?
It's that
intervention.
Yes,
intervention
there
is
you
the
go.
word. She's running the intervention program and helping kids that need a little pick me up in different subjects and whatnot. She's also on the New Mexico Junior College Board of Directors. She's
I finally figured out why she's on everything.
Yeah.
She's tired of being at home with you.
She's trying to get away from me, I think. She don't want to hear my mouth. She wants to go over there and use her own, I guess.
But she still finds time to cook all that food.
I'm telling you. He has put some weight on.
Yeah, I definitely put some weight. I actually lost a little the last year, but she put some weight on me. And she was just trying to make me round, that's for sure. Also putting in for that position on the Eunice City Council is Edward Charo, who we mentioned earlier. Edward involved in Scouts, Little League, youth football, lifelong person here in the community. He's put in for the position. And then Andrew Reynolds, Coach Reynolds, class of 1995 with me. Coach of the Eunice Cardinal baseball team, state champion. He retired from his position this last year and is now working for the schools in their maintenance department. He's like their maintenance manager.
He's the supervisor.
And he is put in for a position in the Eunice City Council. And so the way I look at it, I think I'm right. Those four people, Carlos, Erica, Edward, and Andrew, those four people will get the position, so that will be your city council members added. So shout out to the city of Eunice. They are one of our big sponsors. Cardinal Hardware, the Davis and the Myers family. Speaking of the Eunice City Council, Chris Myers been on the council for quite some time. He did not file for re-election this time around. We appreciate the Myers and the Davis families. Redbird Garage, Josh and Erica Jones, they'll pull a snake right on out of your car if you need them to. Devon Energy, we mentioned them earlier. My son-in-law Bryce Jenkins, Ryan Dean, great people, and numerous others. And they are hiring if you're looking for a job in the Eunice area with great benefits, an amazing company. Devon Energy is the place for you. NMR Pipeline LLC, the Bettis family, and I always talk about Dale and Charlie and that whole group, Tara, great people. You can't mention NMR Pipeline without talking about Stacy Pop. I mean, that young lady is their office manager. She does so much, and we appreciate them. Redbird Gas, Bart Parker.
What else can you say about
What can you say? Yeah. Bart Parker. All them Parkers are good people, no matter which Parker clan you're part of. So
I agree with
those
you 100%.
are our sponsors. We appreciate them. Kind of give you a little rundown of some news that's going on. We had the groundbreaking on the new Joe Langston Gymnasium last week. It's going to be amazing. Had a good turnout. Some alumni.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty exciting day.
It was pretty exciting. Now, hopefully he stays on schedule. 13 months, he said.
Yeah.
13, 18 months. I don't remember right quite. Get that done. So hopefully we can be in there with the new PA system set up on gym.
Oh,
on
yeah.
the floor.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, they set us up in that design with some pieces about midway, dead center, where we're going to have a, table and plug-ins.
Like a press area.
Yes. And so we're really excited about that for sure.
And also keep in mind we have a game Thursday night, football game Thursday night, not Friday, but Thursday night.
Yeah, and Coach Reynolds helped me today. Coach Reynolds, Mr. McBee, and the Eunice IT staff.
Department.
They all met me up there today as we were plugging up this box this afternoon, we've had problems the last year and a half with getting connection and service in the press box. It's just a dead area. Our little IT or whatever it is, our little hotspot thing don't work up there. And we finally figured it out. We were up there for an hour and a half probably today, and we finally got connection. So we are looking forward to Thursday. As long as it don't boot us out between now and then, we should have one of our better broadcasts.
Don't jinx it, man. Every time that happens, you jinx us.
They are moving us to the top. So we'll get a little higher angle on our camera and a little higher angle. I don't know if that's good for an old guy like me. My eyes don't see very good to begin with. But
I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm the young buck in the group.
There you go. You got them good young eyes. I don't have them, that's for sure. So These two teams have got about 2 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock. Just a quick rundown of the teams for Lovington, the Lady Wildcats. I'm probably going to butcher some names because my pronunciation ain't always so good. Number 1, Layla Hernandez. Number 2, Carly Greben. I believe they have some Eunice ties. Number 3, Jasmine Hernandez. Number 7, Hadley Pando. Number 10, Myra Castro. Number 11, Emily Andujo. Number 12, Malaya Castro. Number 13, Shaylin Dunlap. Number 18, Yuri Aragon. Number 33, Charlie Knapp. And then I have a name listed on Max Preps that didn't have a number. I'm thinking maybe manager, but I don't know. And that is Zabri Rodriguez. Head coach Marissa Ochoa, assistant coach Jesse Olivas, and assistant coach Rachel Faith. I'm assuming that's one of them Faiths of Lovington, that there's been names of Faith over there, coaches and stuff for years. On the Eunice Lady Cardinal side, you've got 0, the libero Chloe Jones. Number 1, Kara Thompson. Number 2, Alondra Maureen. Number 3, Maylene Villa. Number 4, McKenna McBee. Number 5, Michaela Pierce. Number 7, Sarah Reeves. Number 8, Amaya Gillespie. Number 10, Mariah McGuire. Number 11, Lizzie Gaitan. Number 15, Aubrey Haller. The Lady Cards are coached by Taylor Skinner and assistant coach Randy Miller.
I was trying to get one of these fans come sit beside me, but she said no.
Oh, yeah?
I don't. You blame her? Come on, man. Really? Come on.
So,
you can't blame her.
Not one bit, I guess.
Yeah, so we've been missing Rosendo. He always adds a little sparkle, little glitter to our broadcast, and so
and I get to answer Tiff's messages. Turn this down, turn that up. So I'm glad to be here.
You got it going over there, huh?
Trying to. I'm a little rusty with this new board, so bear with me.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out and congratulations to Mayor Billy Hobbs and Exan, one of our teachers, as they had a grandbaby the last 24 hours or so. So congratulations to the Hobbs family on the grandbaby.
Yeah, I'll tell you, grandbabies are. I hope my daughters aren't listening. Better than kids.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna say that, Jada. Chloe.
I love my kids. He said.
That's right. I love them.
I love them too, but the grand ones a little bit. That's why I call them grand.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
My kids are just tax deductible right now.
Tax deductible.
I've run out of that a long time ago.
Yeah, so if you have an extra kid around the house, you don't need them. Just bring them to me end of the year. I'll take care of them for you.
You reckon the IRS gets if you had dogs on there or anything?
They should, because you treat them better than the kids sometimes.
I'm telling you.
So it looks like they're going to do the little run under the net handshake thing here. Not sure if they're going to play the national anthem or not. We'll see.
Nobody singing it this year?
Once again, we got the red, the blue, the Crips, and the Bloods. What set you claim? West Side. And anyway, we're over here on the west side with all the blue. We might get shanked in a minute.
I wore the
if
right
we sit
color.
over
I got
here.
the light blue on. We're okay.
Yeah, I'll see some down right below you that look like they got some shanks down there.
Yeah, eating that pickle and that nachos. They're enjoying it.
We got the winning JV Lady Wildcats right in front of us, and they might shank us if we get a little excited about the Cardinals here. So
I'm good, thank you.
So be careful.
I got over some nachos.
Nice.
I'm good.
So yeah, they're excited. The JV Lady Wildcats picked up the win, 2-1 over the Lady Cardinal JV team, and then now it does look like maybe they're going to have the national anthem. I'm not certain. I can't really tell what's happening. Nope. Now they're going out on the floor. So.
Okay.
Once again, a shout out to some sponsors: Parker Energy Services, BTH Services and Rental, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, the City of Eunice, Cardinal Hardware, Redbird Garage, Redbird Gas, NMR Pipeline, Devon Energy. We appreciate all you do. Devon has got a job for you in the Eunice area. If you've got a 6'5", 300-pound son or a 6'2" daughter that can slam dunk, come on down.
Anywhere.
Devon will give you a job in Eunice, and you can join our sports teams, and we'll talk about you on the broadcast.
A high-paying job.
Yes, a lot of money.
With great benefits.
Yes. 401k, matching pension, and everything.
That's right.
We shouldn't be saying that because that might not be true. We might be hold to it. So let's pump our brakes there for a second.
That's right.
Somebody's going to move in here, and then they're going to be investigating you or something.
Yeah.
And he's on the scoreboard, too.
He's on the scoreboard.
Something's going on here.
Yep.
A little shady.
So here comes the volleyball. They're passing it out to number 10. That's Myra Castro. She's getting ready to serve to start this match, and there's the serve. It comes over. Jones takes the first touch. Over to Thompson. Thompson to Haller,
Nice
who bumps
hit.
it into the back corner.
A little
and
floater.
Haller with a nice little kill back into the back corner. She gets the first kill of the game, and it's 1-0.
That's a beautiful job hitting over the defense on the back row, right in front of the free throw line. Beautiful job by the young lady. And here we go. That's that new girl you were saying. She plays pretty good, number 8.
Yep. And there is Gillespie. Over to, they set Pierce. Pierce slams it in, but the Lady Wildcats keep it alive. And then the Pierce coming in from the back was that first touch is your defense rotating up. Pierce stuck a hand up, hit it, and it deflected off and out. So it's now 1-1.
That's a little bit about being in rhythm.
So here's the first set. It's over to Maureen. Thompson to Haller. Haller bumps it into the corner, and Lovington mishandles it. And Haller gets another little scored point there as she puts it in the right spot.
And once again, right there, we got safety. There's a little miscommunication on the back row between 0 and 2. So we need to be more verbal on the Eunice side.
I agree. The Lady Cards to serve here. That's number 3. That's Villa. Villa with a nice serve, but Lovington able to keep it alive. They bump it to Reeves, and she's just going to send it over to the Lady Wildcats. Lady Wildcats number 2, that's Greben. She hit it into the net, and that'll give the Lady Cards a point. That makes it 3-1 here, Eunice.
Good pace for the Eunice Cardinals. They're moving quick, getting ball in.
Via the freshman back to serve. She hits a nice one over. Lovington wastes no time trying to get it across, and they do. And they're going to call number 1, Hernandez, with a lift.
Yeah, with the lift. I didn't see it, but
Yeah.
I'm not on that pedestal over there.
I think it looked good. Looked like a lift.
Looked like a lift.
Look like
Yeah,
a lift.
that's
Yeah, the
definitely.
more
like a
I look at
lowrider,
it,
huh?
I'm thinking a lift. There's the first touch into the air. It ends up in the hands of Hernandez, who hits it across. Jones with the first touch. Villa tries to set. They're going to call her with the lift.
She likes them lifts. She must be a low rider.
I'm not sure if that one was or not.
That other one looked like a lift, but I'm not sure about that one.
The other one was for sure. But
Are they asking us to adjust?
No, I'm adjusting myself.
Gotcha.
We're getting a little excited over here.
13 server.
All right.
Even Charlie sounds loud.
So number 13 is
Oh, that's
Dunlap, and she gets the ace into the back corner, does Shaylin Dunlap.
Good serve by that young lady, but the young lady on the Eunice side was not expecting to be that fast over there.
So I got some Dunlaps in my family from the Lovington Portales area, so I'm kind of scared that may be somebody related to me. I better be careful what I say. I might get whooped when my mama sees
man.
me. So then Dunlap hits that one into the net.
Making the score 5-3. The Cardinals lead here in the first set.
Yep.
Chloe Jones is the serve.
Chloe heads back to the service line, takes a couple dribbles, goes between the back, behind the head, spins it around on one finger. Oh, and
like
then
a
she
gold
remembered
cutter.
this is volleyball, not basketball.
She's looking for the open person.
Jones throws it up. Here comes the jump serve. It goes across. Good first touch there by
2
Castro, and they're going to call the double hit.
Just like that, it's 63 here.
So Jones back to the service line again. Lady Cards leading 6-3. Here comes the serve. It's back deep into the corner. Good first touch by the Lady Wildcats. They're going to set it up at the net, and they don't get it over. That was Greben trying to get to it. The set wasn't quite over to her, and that makes it 7-3.
A little bad communication here on the blue side, which is in favor of the Eunice Cardinals.
So Jones back, throws it up, hits it deep into the corner.
Oh,
They're going to let
in.
it go, and it's
It's
in. Chloe Jones with the ace
Like
from
a
the back
knuckleball.
corner. Yes.
Knuckleball just floating, falls in.
When it first came off her hand, the trajectory, I thought it was
It's
going
gonna
to
be
be
out.
long, and then it looked like it died when it came off the net, and it dropped right into that corner.
Because she twisted her wrist when she hit it, watch.
I think. So here
Boom.
comes the next one. She bumps that one. They get a good first touch, does Castro. They set up Greben.
Oh, it's out.
She hits it long out of bounds, and that makes it 9-3. Jones on about a 4.
Hey.
I didn't say it. And Lovington going to take a timeout. The Lady Cards up early here against Lovington. It's 9-3.
And
Give a quick shout out to our
looking
sponsors real quick on this first time out. Parker Energy Service, BTH Service and Rentals, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, the City of Eunice, Cardinal Hardware, Redbird Garage, Devon Energy, NMR Pipeline LLC, and Redbird Gas. And remember, Devon Energy is looking for you.
That's right. That's right. Good company, great benefits in the Eunice area. Devon Energy is hiring, and they want you to live in Eunice and have great athletic children. So
Big
come
old
on
tall
down.
kids.
You could play in the Taj Mahal of all
Tell 'em.
And also
gymnasiums.
academically.
The Eunice Cardinals building that new Taj Mahal gym. It's going to be the nicest high school gym in the state of New Mexico when it's finished. It will be finished in about 15 months, 12 to 15 months. So here goes Jones back to serve again. She throws it up, spanks it over into the corner. Greben with the first touch. Over to Castro. Castro back to the other. Castro sends it across. They're going to set up Pierce. Pierce hits it into the corner, and a nice touch by Castro. They set at the front of the net. Eunice keeps it alive. They set up Pierce. Pierce bumps it over the top. Greben with a real good sliding move keeps it alive, and then Lovington hits it into the net.
That was a good volley on both sides. Eunice just came out victorious on that just by a smidge because that young lady missed it.
Jones remains at the service line. She heads back there again, spins it around between the leg crossover, throws it up, hits it deep. They keep it alive, do the Cats. They hit it over to Greben. Greben sends it hard across.
Give it to her.
And then they're going to set Pierce. Pierce bumps it into the middle. The Cats keep it alive. They hit it into the net, and the Lady Cards are up 11-3 here early in the first set.
Nice job on the Lady Cards playing that defense on that back row. Make sure they're getting a good clean hit off the first hit.
Chloe spins it, throws it up, hits it over. It's into the corner. Castro with a good first touch. She's going to set it out here for Greben. Greben spanks it toward the back, but Jones keeps it alive. They set up Villa, and then Marine with a miss hit into the net. That makes it 11-4.
Sometimes it's difficult to hit a back serve as you jump in the air. Sometimes that's hard. So making the score 11-4. Eunice still leads here in the first set.
That was Hernandez. She hits it deep, and Jones was trying to get out of the way at the last minute. A bunch of people screamed it's out, so she tried to move, and it goes off the side of her arm.
She did that limbo and brought her arms up, huh?
Yes. 11-5 is the score. Hernandez with the ace. Here comes the next one. Jones with the first touch. Over to Villa. Villa over to Pierce, and Pierce hits it into the corner and gets the kill. Michaela Pierce, that's 2 kills for her so far, and it's now 12-5.
She stayed in the air for a long time and barely hit it with her fingers, but it counts.
And it worked out good because as she hung there, it kind of bumped it right over the top of the defense. McBee tries to bump that one across, have a little volley back and forth at the net. Villa's going to set up Thompson. Thompson floats one over. They're going to set it up to Hernandez, and they just send it over. Jones with the first touch. They set up Gillespie, and Gillespie gets blocked at the net by Greben.
But it wasn't a solid hit by Gillespie. She was off balance, hit it with the tip of her fingers. But I just seen what you're talking about.
Yes.
It's there.
Yeah, you know, there's some athleticism there. It's just that run. We were up big in almost every set this weekend, and then the other team would come back. And so I try not to get too excited, although I'm excited because we're playing well right now. It's 13.
And we still have the lead, 13-6, like you're going to say.
13-6. Here's Kara Thompson. I mentioned her in my pregame and about her serve, and that was it. That's what I'm talking about. That young lady's a freshman, and she can serve it as good as anybody I've seen.
Well, we got to help her on the defensive side.
And then Lovington going to place that one, and they're going to get the point there. It's 13-7.
It's like having a slugger, but you can't get on base when you hit a home run.
Yeah, they bumped it right over the net, and our front row is used to the back row playing defense, and when they just touch it over that net, somebody's got to turn around and pick it up. So here comes the serve. It's over, and it's going to be out of bounds. That was, I can't see the number. What is that, 18? 18 is Aragon. And so that's going to send Mariah McGuire back to the service stripe for the Lady Cardinals. She's going to throw it up, hits it, spanks that one hard. The Wildcats keep it alive. Sarah Reeves goes up, hammers it down, but the Wildcats keep that one alive as well. And then they send it right back to Malaya Castro, and she's going to get the kill. And just like that, it's 14-8. And here come the Lady Wildcats clawing their way back into this ball game.
Literally crawling.
Yep. I heard like a hiss and a row there.
And some red feathers in the air, huh?
The Cardinals thought they saw a putty tad, and then Gillespie hits that one into the net, and it's 14-9 after the Lady Cardinals were up big.
Call time out here. Break that momentum.
So I mentioned this in the pregame, and here come the Wildcats. Gillespie's first touch. Thompson back to Gillespie. She's just going to hit it over. The Wildcats going to set it up outside for Hernandez. Howler.
Who's the setter there? Come on, girls.
Your setter is the one that bumped it up, but you had McBee and I think that was Gillespie or Reeves that were eyeballing each other, and it went right in between them. So it's 14-10.
Communication.
Gillespie with the first touch. Over to Thompson. Thompson to Howler. Howler just bumps it across. We got to get that hit.
Use it.
McBee, Thompson, Gillespie hits it into the net, and it's now 14-11. The Lady Wildcats are back within 3, and Eunice takes a timeout, and this is what we saw this weekend when the Cardinals went 0-3. They were up in every single set, at least 6 or 8 points earlier, and then the wheels would fall off, and these other teams would come back and stomp a mud hole in them.
But I don't see no difference out there. They just ain't playing the ball? Or is the ball just playing them?
Communication.
I don't know. I'm telling you, this weekend, this is exactly what happened. And we would get up big every set at the beginning, and then
the wheels will fall off.
The wheels would just fall off. So I don't know what has caused it, but we've got to figure out a way to keep that momentum, because we've looked good in probably the last 10 sets of volleyball that we've played, or 8
we
sets,
need 25
whatever.
Good sets.
Yes.
Need to tighten those lug nuts up.
Yeah.
I'll take it to Redbird Garage.
So there's Castro. She hits it across to Jones. Thompson going to set Reeves. Reeves bumps it in, and Lovington does a good job keeping it alive. Jones sends it back over to the middle. Another confusion. Lovington hit that one. It was going to be out. They send it over into the corner. Jones over to Reeves. Reeves sends it back to Lovington. Lovington first touch. Castro going to set up 12. That's the other Castro. Good job there by Gillespie. They send it back to her,
2 hits.
and they're going to call the lift on
our setter.
So that was Thompson, I believe.
And all this does is give Lovington the momentum. That
14-12. It's a 2-point ball game after the Lady Cards were up big for a while. Gillespie hits it over toward the corner. It was a good shot. Castro keeps it alive to the other Castro. Reeves just going to hit it cross for the Lady Cardinals. They set up in the middle, and Reeves with a big block. Sarah Reeves with a monster block. She said, "Not in my house."
That was beautiful. Straight back down in her face, man.
15-12 after the Sarah Reeves block at the net. Reeves, a Maddox Scholar, a finalist for the Maddox Scholarship, got that $20,000. She's a smart cookie, and she's also a pretty good volleyball player. Lovington with the ball at the net, sends it over into the corner. And they called Eunice in the net.
She put a 5 and a 0. Number 5 hit the net?
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I'm thinking 15 maybe, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that'll send the Wildcats back. That's 12. That's Castro. She hits it across. Miss hit there by Maureen. Thompson going to just send it across. Then they're going to send it back into the middle. Some confusion on Lovington's part. Maureen, Thompson, out to Pierce. Pierce hits it over. The Lady Wildcats keep it alive. 2 Lady Wildcats ran into each other. It was a cat fight in the middle of the Lovington defense. The ball finds the
turf.
Yeah, whatever that is, hardwood, turf, something. It's 16-13. That's right. So Via's serve goes right into the net, and all that work. And now we give the ball back to the Lady Wildcats.
We have to capitalize on that.
16-14 is the score.
There's your fam.
I believe this is Dunlap back. She had an ace her last time. She throws this one up, and she hits it right into the net. I jinxed her.
Hey, good job.
I'll jinx that blue more often. Shout out to our Lovington fam. We love you, except when you're playing us. Eunice.
That goes out to all the family we play against, y'all peeps.
So Jones throws it up, hits it across. Lovington picks that serve up off the floor. Maureen, Via.
Good set.
To Pierce. Pierce hits it across. Lovington keeps it alive. They're going to set it outside. And a great block there at the net. And then there was a net. Oh, no.
That was
on this side. Yeah, they called the net on that side.
Wow.
Yeah, they messed that one up. There ain't no doubt.
But Mariah had a beautiful block right before that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I call a spade, and they missed that one. But anyway, it's 17-15.
Wow.
We're going to send that one across. Lovington picks it up. They're going to set it outside for Greben. Ball gets spun off the net. Now we set Pierce. Pierce hits it across. They get it to Castro. Castro over to Greben. It hits into the air. Jones going to bump it up to Pierce, and Pierce hits it into the net, and it's a one-point ball game, 17-16.
Wow. Wow. It's too close of a game to call right now.
Yeah, so Lovington hits it across. Maureen comes running in and cut Jones off, and it went off her hand straight back, and we got a tie ball game, and this is the exact volleyball that we watched this weekend.
It's not the same volleyball we've seen in Dexter, right?
No,
Okay.
it was way worse than Dexter.
Yeah, it's better tonight than Dexter.
Yeah.
But
17-17 here. That's Hernandez. She throws it up and hits it over.
Oh, that was
and
in.
hits it into the back corner.
Barely made it in.
You've got people, I could hear them screaming out, so Jones moved out of the way, and it was in.
She literally had a duck.
Yeah, she was in place, but somebody over there, I could hear them over my headset screaming it's out, so she moved, and it's 18-17, Lovington in the lead. Pierce hits that one into the corner, and a great shot there by Pierce as she picks up her third kill on that one, and it's 18-18.
18-18. We might go to 26-25 here, huh?
They bring in Kenna McBee, the junior, to the service stripe. She throws it up, hits it over, hits it deep. Some miscommunication on behalf of
The Wildcat.
Lovington, and so we'll give McBee a little ace there.
Making it 19-18.
Her
in the
next
net.
serve goes right into the net, so it's 19-19. I would bet you in our game so far, in all the sets, all the serves, I'll bet you at least a third of our serves go into the net or long or out.
Wow.
Yep, you're right.
You have to get them serves over, man.
There was some confusion there as Jones trying to get to it, and Gillespie and Jones collide. And ball goes out of bounds, and Lovington in the lead now, 19-20. Jones got that disgusted look on her face after that one. We throw it up and hit it over. There's a mishit there by McGuire in Jones's spot. We get it across, though. Gillespie over to Thompson. Thompson to Gillespie. And they send it over here to Castro, and Castro jumps up and slams it into the net, and that'll give the Lady Cardinals a chance here as it's now 20-20. I think that's the news. And Thompson
Is that
back.
thing still on?
I don't know if they still have 20-20.
I'll tell you the truth, Lovington is keeping us in the game right now.
Yeah. Thompson spanks that one into the corner. That's that hard serve we talked about. Somehow Lovington almost got it across, but we'll give Thompson the ace after that one because her serve is what caused that. It's 21-20. The Lady Cards with a 1-point lead, and the freshman Thompson back to serve again. And she hits this one into the net.
It's 50-50.
21-21. Number 18, Yuri Aragon, back to serve for the Lady Wildcats. She's going to throw it up and hit it over. McBee with the first touch. Thompson going to set Howler. Howler hits it deep, and it is out of bounds.
Did anybody touch it at the net? No, just
no call of a touch, and so it's going to be 21-22. The Lady Cardinals now down by 1 late in this one. I believe they led at 8 or 9-1. They get it up. Jones picks it up. They get it to Gillespie. Her slam over. She gets the kill as Gillespie gets her first kill of the day. It's now 22-22. And with that sub, that brings in Jones over as that libero. Once she gets to the end, she steps off. And McGuire back to serve for the Lady Cardinals. Throws it up, hits it over. It's a good serve. Lovington's Hernandez did a good job of keeping it alive. Thompson with the first touch. Reeves with the set. A backhand slap by Howler. And they get it back across, does Lovington. Thompson going to set Gillespie. Gillespie fires that one into the corner. She slams the kill. Gillespie with the point there makes it 23-22. The Lady Cardinals up by 1. And Lovington wants to talk about it.
Eunice needs a lot more of that. Go up to give it to him real quick. 2 hits, hit it over.
Yep.
That's worked on us so far 2 times, man. So that's a good job on the Lady Card. So give a shout out to our sponsors, Cardinal Hardware, Redbird Garage, Devon Energies looking for you, NMR Pipeline, Redbird Gas, the City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Pump and Supply, BTH Service and Rentals, and Parker Energy Service.
We appreciate y'all. Appreciate you making our broadcast possible. I can't help but look at that BTH Chad Howler goatee he's got going over there. He must have 4 rubber bands on that thing. I mean, that would make Moses jealous. If you had 2 goatees like that on the ark, as they were heading with like the animals and the turtles and everything climbing up the little ramp.
That way.
I mean, he could pow with that goatee. That is an impressive goatee.
He probably
right
swipes
there.
flies away all day.
Yep.
Get away from me, bud.
Yeah, you'd almost have to tie that thing up around your jaw so that you could eat without having like ketchup and
He
stuff.
must have some big cracks right here holding that up. Huh?
So McGuire back to the service line for the Lady Cardinals. Eunice up by 1. It's 23-22. We've got a barn burner here in Cardinal country. Joe Langston Gymnasium. Here comes the serve. It's deep into the corner. They keep it alive, does Lovington, and then they hit it into the net, does Dunlap, and it's 24-22 game point or set point for Eunice. They've got a chance here. Let's see if they can finish this first set. McGuire back to serve.
No pressure.
Throws it up, hits it over. It's a good one. It hits off the shoulder of a Wildcat, but they're going to keep it alive, and they get it across.
Help her.
McGuire, Thompson, Gillespie hits it deep. Lovington keeps it alive, and they're going to send it back. Well, I thought it was done, and it wasn't. They get it to Gillespie. Gillespie fires it across, and she gets her 3rd kill of the set, and Eunice wins set number 1, 25-22.
I laughed because everybody was expecting a bullet, and she just kind of tapped it over. Happy Gilmore, they just tapped it over.
I told you this Cardinal team has got some athletes that can do some things. They started off like a ball of fire. The wheels fell off for about 10 points, and then they finished it off.
Made it a close game.
Yep.
Wow. Well, beautiful job. They got the first set, so give a shout out to our sponsors one more time. Parker Energy Service, BTH Service and Rentals, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, the City of Eunice, Cardinal Hardware, Redbird Garage, Devon Energy, who's looking for you. They're hiring right now, so go out there, get on the web and look them up. NMR Pipeline LLC and Redbird Gas. Thank you for our sponsors.
The Eunice football team got a little wave action going on over there.
Yep.
They're doing the wave.
Attempting to do the wave.
Yeah.
Kind of a wave-ish.
Yeah, it looked like a
quarter of a
wave at like the Eunice Lake.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It's not like a wave in San Diego or Hawaii.
So it's not like a wave at Giles Lake?
Well, yeah, maybe the Lovington Lake. Lovington's got a little lake. That's the kind of wave you see at the Lovington Lake, not the Pacific Ocean type waves.
Yeah, I'll say that.
So that's
the rest of the fans are just not
into. They're enjoying their popcorn right now.
Shout out to that group. They've had a great start to their season. They will play Ropes, Texas Thursday night here at home. They've started the season 2-0, and they've had 2 great wins for this Eunice football program and Coach Jackson.
Yes, they're doing good right now, and hopefully they can finish this game. Because last time we played Ropes, remember one of their posts caught on fire.
Oh yeah, we had a fire over there.
A big fire.
And I remember that game because they held Kevin up, one of the running backs at the time, and he ripped
tore his knee up. And I remember that game because when that fire started, all them people from over there were screaming, "Get back!" And I seen like a dozen Eunice people, most of them probably had a radio on their hip, like volunteer firemen.
Shut up.
They come running out of like trucks and whatnot, had like fire extinguishers, and they turned that fire into like smoke signals that they were sending over to Eunice in no time.
Well, I do remember their stands were aluminum or metal, whatever, they're iron. And that pole was right beside it, and everybody ran off those visitor stands.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, they were getting out of there with a quickness. So
I was hoping he can stay a little bit longer.
So and Eunice won that game last year. My understanding is last year was Rope's first year back from 8-man or 6-man football that they had been playing for years. And I was looking at their roster trying to prepare my notes. I probably spend a good 2 or 3 hours before every game going through and looking at rosters and stats and all that. My wife thinks I'm crazy, and maybe I am. But anyway, I do that before every game. I was looking at Rope stuff. Man, they got like 50-some-odd kids on their football team this year.
Wow. They did some recruiting.
We've got a huge team. They got more kids than we've got this year, at least according to MaxPrev. There's a bunch of kids on that team.
All the kids in the Lubbock didn't make it.
Yeah. All those Lubbock Cooper kids sliding away. Seminole, man. Seminole put the smack down on Lovington. I'm sorry, Lovington viewers. But, man, that.
But Seminole's a real deal, bro.
Oh, man, that's real deal. I agree with you.
I mean, their stadium's nice. Their weight room's nice.
It's like that whooping we got a couple years ago over in Lubbock. Who were we playing? Lubbock Christian.
Hey, we got rained out.
You know, they won the state championship in the private schools, I think, last year, and almost all those kids were from that team the year before that we got whooped in the rain. We were down like 60 points, and it started raining, so they decided to call the game, and it was like not even halftime.
Didn't have Mr. Texas? It wasn't your quarterback?
Yeah, something like
it was
that.
just insane.
Yeah, I think it was one of the Mannings. That's what the guy looked like.
Archie the third.
Anyway, they were just crazy good, and so we've had our share, Lovington. So don't feel too bad that you got a whooping by Texas.
It comes and goes.
We've had our share of those for sure.
But iron sharpens iron, Jimmy.
I'm telling you.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's why I'm standing
a piece of iron off. So here goes Gillespie. This is a different.
They have a libero this time.
Oh yeah, they do.
Lovington has a libero.
So Gillespie going to start the team off this time with serve. We try something different every single set, that's for sure. So Castro going to set up the other Castro. She's going to bump it across. Good touch by Pierce. Thompson back to Pierce. She hits it over into the corner. Lovington's libero keeps it alive. That is Knapp.
Oh, good job.
Eunice trying to dive and keep it alive was Thompson, and Gillespie dove in after her. They kept it off the floor for a minute, and it finally found it.
Finally found the floor, making the score 1-0. Lovington's leading here.
That was Knapp that come in and hit that one in, and then a service error there by Aragon. She hits it into the net.
I think that's
Castro.
Yet.
No, that's Castro.
10?
Yeah,
that is Castro.
That's Castro. So a sub here. Haller goes out. In comes the freshman Villa. Villa back to the service line, throws it up, hits it over. Hernandez with a good first touch over to Castro. She sets Sister Castro. They hit it into the air. It gets deflected off the ceiling. Pierce with a good send it back and across. And then back over to Lovington. Jones with the first touch. Over to Pierce. Pierce going to set it up to Maureen. She hits it cross court. I don't know if it was on purpose, but it sure looked good. Villa to Pierce, and Pierce hits it into the corner and drops it right in, does Pierce. What a shot by her. That's 4 kills on the day for her.
The wind was blown on that one because it barely stayed in.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful job. I'll take it.
Good West Texas breeze. It's probably coming off one of those tropical storms down in the Gulf.
That's no lie.
There's Hernandez. They're going to set it right back to her. She sends it across. Maureen going to set Jones. Jones just going to turn around and hit it backwards like Dominique. Hits it across, and then they get it to Hernandez. It goes into the air, sends up. I'll go holler at my kid and Villa was both standing there watching that ball, and they were both looking at each other like, you got it, I got it, you got it, and it just landed right in between them.
Small mental mistakes.
Somebody hit that ball.
2-2. Maureen with the first touch. Over to Villa. Villa going to set Thompson.
Nice. Oh.
Thompson hits that one hard, and it went to Jow, but unfortunately, Jow's not in bounds. It's 2-3. Eunice trails.
She just needs to get on top of that ball. She gets on top of the ball, it'll be money.
Yeah. Yeah, they hit it across. That was 13, which is, no, that's 12, which is another one of the Castros.
Let's call the whole team Castros.
Hernandez over to Greben.
She got a kill there. Who was that, 2?
That was Greben. Greben gets a good kill there. The ball went right.
That's Charlie.
Over the arms of Maureen and then hit off the side of Jones. And here comes the serve for Lovington. Villa sets up Thompson. Thompson has to set it back across. They're going to set up the net. That was 13. Dunlap. She hits it into the net.
Dunlap looks frustrated. She's hitting 2 in the net and just missed that one completely.
So that'll send Jones back to the service line for the Lady Cardinals.
We need a big run here, boss.
Jones throws it up, hits it over. Knapp picks it up off, and then they're going to set Greben, and she slams it down, does Greben. That's her second kill of the day.
Charlie's on fire.
On fire.
She's on fire.
And I don't know if that's a Charlie or a Carly. I have no idea.
I called her Charlie. She responded earlier, so.
You call her Charlie, I'm going to call her Charlie. And here's another Charlie or a Carly. That's Knapp back to hit. Man, and we are struggling in the back with who's getting what.
Oh,
but we
job.
get it across.
Who hit it?
I don't even know.
What you say? One of the Cardinal players hit it over.
And I don't think Lovington was ready for us. We just hit it over. And
I think everybody was surprised, even the teams on the floor.
Yes, I concur. So McBee back to serve. She throws it up, hits it deep, and it's going to go out of here. It was a deep high fly ball to center field, way back, and it's out of here 4-6.
Back, and it's gone. Here in the second set.
Layla Hernandez back at the service line, throws it up, hits it over.
Good
McBee with a good first touch.
That's two.
Villa double touched it, and that is going to be another error on behalf of the Cardinals. It's now 4-7.
Man, you got to keep that momentum going, girls.
Yeah. So Hernandez back, throws it up, hits it over. It's a good one.
Wow. Take a step forward.
McBee tried to get a hand on it. It hits the ground, and it's now 4-8. Coach Skinner wants to talk about it. We got a timeout on the floor.
Shout out to our sponsors real quick with all this action. So we call UMEC NMR Pipeline, LLC, Devon Energy, Redbird Garage, Cardinal Hardware, Parker Energy Service, BCH Services, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, the City of Eunice, and Redbird Gas. Our proud sponsors of tonight's game and Thursday's game and the next game after that and the next game after that. So thank you very much for letting us continue doing what we love to do.
Devon Energy is hiring. If you are in the Eunice area or want to come to the Eunice area, Devon Energy is hiring. Fill out an application online or contact Devon. They've got job opportunities, a lot of different ones, great benefits. Here comes the serve from Hernandez.
Wow.
McGuire gets a first touch. McBee going to set Gillespie, who hits it into the net, and it's 9-4. Eunice trails, and this is that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde volleyball that I've seen so far this season.
Layla has scored the last 4 points.
Hernandez hits it deep. Thompson with a good first touch. Jones just going to bump it across, and she does. Somebody's shoe came off. That's McGuire, and she's still trying to get her shoe on. And Lovington airmails that one out the back, and that makes it 9-5 like Dolly Parton. Working hard to make a living.
That's the old song. That's an oldie to me.
Back there. Charlie knew the words. There's Thompson with the serve, and she hammers it out the back. I mentioned that in the pregame, too. Man, can she hit it. Sometimes she hits it a little long.
That's 10-5. I prefer 10-5 instead of 9-5.
10-5 or 5-10. And there is a missed serve.
By Charlie.
And that will send the ball back to the Cardinals. It's now 6-10. I wish we had somebody 6'10" on the team.
That'd be nice.
McGuire back to the service line. Throws it up, hits it over. It's a good-looking serve. Knapp does a great job of picking it up, and now Hernandez sends it across. Thompson going to set up Gillespie. Gillespie hits it into the middle. Good first touch there by Charlie. She's going to hit it over. Gillespie with the first touch, and now they're going to set it right back to her. She does the fist pump. Gets it back through, and they get it to Castro, who sends it back over. Thompson backhands it over into the middle, and Reeves hits it under the net. It's now 6-11.
Yeah, they had no trouble over here handling the ball. They had made something out of nothing. Cardinals did.
Jones comes back onto the floor as in that last rotation as the libero. She went off. She's now back on in that defensive position. There's Aragon. She hits it over.
Oh, that's 2 hits.
Yep, and they're going to call the setter for the double hit. That makes it 6-12. Lady Cardinals.
It's getting away from us right now.
Yep, getting farther and farther behind here. Lovington's doubled up on us. Aragon throws it up, hits it over. They set up Reeves. Reeves hits it back to Lovington, and they're just going to bump it our way. Thompson going to come in, and she just shoves it over to Lovington, and they're going to set Castro. There's McBee, Thompson, Gillespie, and she hits it all the way out the back. It's 13-6. Eunice trailing big here in second set. There we're going back to the service line.
That's going to be a no-miss tiff.
No, we do not have a list of Lovington sponsors. If anybody wants to send them to us, they can. And there's a good touch there. I believe that was Thompson.
Correct. It went right over the block, landed in nobody's land, and gave us a point there, making it 7-13. Lovington leads here.
McBee going to step off. Pierce comes back in. Gillespie back to the service line. This is a completely different rotation than we had in set number 1. Ooh. Reeves hits that one over at the net, and then they're just going to send it back. Jones, first touch, tries to keep it alive.
Keep it alive, keep it alive.
And then Reeves and Gillespie run into each other, and the Eunice faithful are screaming at them, and the Lovington faithful are cheering.
Somebody's always happy, somebody's always
But
mad.
did you see how far Zero came all the way to get that?
14-7, I did. They throw it up and hit it over to Castro. Maureen just hits it across. And we'll give her a kill out of that. I don't know if that's what that's called.
Sometimes
but
they'll be lucky and talented, right?
Yeah,
I don't know about
8-14.
a kill, but it was a death.
So Villa, the freshman, back at the service line. Throws it up, hits it over. Nice touch by Greben. Greben to Castro. Castro hits it over. Jones with the first touch. They're going to set Pierce. Pierce going to try to bump it down the net, and she bumped it into the net. And Eunice gives another point to the Lady Wildcats. It's 8-14.
It was a good idea. Just didn't work out, man.
Malaya Castro back. Young lady throws it up, hits it over, hits it deep.
Oh.
Jones was in position again to pick up the ball. Maureen reached in front of her and punched at the ball, and it goes out of bounds. It's 8-16. We just can't get it in line.
Yeah, man. Play your position, guys.
Maureen with the first touch. Over to Villa. Villa going to throw it backwards, hits it to Jones. Jones spins around, hits it backwards from the back. Lovington going to set Greben, and she's going to kill it. That's her third kill of the day. It's 17-8. Eunice is getting taken to the woodshed. They look like Ned in the third grade.
Boy.
And Coach Skinner's mad. Her face is red. She's stomping, shaking hands, and they're going to call a timeout.
Much needed. Much needed. Right now, the Lady Cardinals seem flustered. Team out of place, team out of position, which pretty much the same thing.
I agree that it's much needed. We need a butt chewing. I completely agree. However, we won the first set and looked pretty dang good, and then we made a complete mix-up and change of everything that looked good
on the next set.
And we have done that all year. I know we're trying to figure out our rotation and who goes where and all that, but there is no rhythm. I'm telling you, it's been this way all 4 games. I've watched them all but one, and there's just no rhythm. There's no consistency.
They should take this bus down to that shop down there, the Redbird shop. Get the lug nuts tightened.
Yeah, something.
Keep falling off.
Get them some
WD-40
power fluid
on.
or something. I don't know. There's just no rhythm or consistency to what we do. All right, so here we go. Lovington's Castro throws it up, hits it over. Pierce with a good first touch. Over to Villa. Villa going to set Pierce. Pierce hits it over. Lovington struggling with it, and Pierce with the kill. That's her 5th kill of the day. It's 9-17, and Jones will be back to the service line for the Lady Cardinals.
We need a run here.
She throws it up, hits it deep. Knapp to Castro, and then Reuben slams it down off the net and in. That makes 4 kills for her.
That young lady gets in position so fast, our defensive players can't get to the net, and she's already in the air hitting the ball, man.
18-9, Knapp back to serve. She hits it deep. Pierce two-hands it over, and then Eunice hits it to the net, and Hernandez slams it down for her first kill.
And we got to control that first hit. I mean, I know it's hard, but it's not our first game, right?
19-9, Eunice trails. Knapp throws it up, hits it over. Jones with the first touch to Villa. Villa to Pierce. Pierce swings and misses, and it's going to be 20-9. The wheels on the bus have fallen off. Knapp back to the service line. She's going to throw it up, hits it over. It's a good-looking serve. Jones with a nice first touch. They set Pierce. Pierce hits it into the middle.
Over.
Ball's up in the net.
Why didn't 18 jump for Lovington? She was stuck to the floor there.
And they're going to give that point to Eunice.
Much needed.
It's 20-10. Lovington still got the double up, and Kenna McBee will be back to the service line. She throws it up, hits it over.
Good
Castro
serve.
over to the other Castro. That looked like a double hit to me, and they fire that one. It goes off the hands of McBee and out of bounds. It's 10-21, and the Lovington faithful are getting rowdy.
Did it touch her?
Oh, yeah. She hit her arm.
Man.
Hernandez throws it up, hits it over. It's deep to McBee. McBee's first touch goes forward, and the setter just has to swing at it, and it goes into the net. It's 10-22.
Wow.
The Lady Cards trailing big. Hernandez back to serve. She hits a good one. Thompson with a nice first touch. They're going to set it right back to her, and Hernandez keeps it alive for Lovington. Greben. Jones picks that one up off the ground, sends it back into the middle, and she's just going to hit it across. Hernandez going to set Greben. Greben spins that one off the net and scores another point as she picks up her 5th kill of the match.
She's quick. She's very quick with her hands and her feet.
And she hit that one right into the top of the net with that spin on it, and it was just what they needed. That ball goes off McBee backwards. Jones runs in, hits it back in, and then Thompson sends it across, but they're going to set Greben. McBee with a good first touch there. They hit it out to Gillespie. Lovington does a good job keeping that alive, and they're just going to send it over to Castro. Villa sets up Gillespie. Gillespie touches it over. Lovington almost
Number
keeps it alive.
18 is stuck to the floor. She
That's
had a good
4.
chance of getting that ball.
4 kills by Gillespie. That'll send the freshman Thompson back to the service line.
11-23 here.
She throws it up and spikes it across. Lovington keeps it alive, though. Greben off of Thompson. Over to McBee. And then we send it across to Eunice. Castro going to set Greben. It gets blocked at the net. Jones comes running in, tries to pick it up. Her and Haller collide. The ball finds the floor. It's 24-11, and it's set point for the Lady Wildcats.
And that Charlie young lady can hit from both sides of the net.
Oh, yeah.
That's not too common nowadays.
Them Charlies are pretty good players, I'll tell you that right now.
Greben back at the service line. She hits it deep. Jones picks it up. Nice first touch over to Thompson. They set Haller. Haller hits it across, and Knapp picks it up. They set Castro. Good first touch, and then Haller and McGuire
hit
collided. McGuire went flying, and I didn't even get to see the score on the board.
9-24. 11. I'm sorry.
11 to 25 as
took it
the
off real quick,
scoreboard. They cleared the scoreboard before
Real
we could
quick.
even say what the score was.
Real quick. So give a shout out to our sponsors real quick. Parker Energy Service, BCA Service and Rentals, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, the City of Eunice, Carnal Hardware, Redbird Garage, Devon Energy, NMR Pipeline LLC, and Redbird Gas. Keep in mind, Devon Energy is looking for help right now, so look them up.
So the Lady Cardinals get taken to the woodshed in set number 2. That is that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde Lady Cardinal volleyball that has been going on so far this year. There's just no consistency. We'll look 5 minutes like we can compete with anybody, and then the next 10 minutes we'll look like we can't compete with
It
ourselves.
looks like a whole different team out there.
I'm telling you.
We need Dr. Jekyll back. Bring her back.
Yeah, so
But we can't be winning if we're going to keep doing this.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we've got to figure out a rhythm, and maybe it's coming. I sure hope so. But we've just got to come up with a rhythm and some consistency. That's all there is to it. We put some plays together. We put some sets together. We put some runs together. But we also put some sets and runs where we look like we never played volleyball before. And
And they're good. I mean, you've seen it in the first game. The first set, they were very, very good on flow, on point, hitting their spots, communicating very well. The second game, hate to beat the dead horse, man, but the wheels fell off.
Yeah, and just the opposite. Now, I guess if you were a Lovington Lady Wildcat fan, you could say, well, we played great that second set, didn't play so good the first set. And that's your perspective, I guess, as a sports viewer, and that's what makes it interesting. When I watch the Cowboys, I'm like, all them teams that are kicking our tails aren't kicking our tails. We're just playing bad.
Playing bad.
That's the way I see it. Yeah. But I'm sure those teams that are whooping us are going, we're whooping y'all. And so, anyway, that's just sports. It's the way it is. I don't know what else to say about it.
That's why we watch it. I mean, that's what makes fun about it. That's what makes you come out here on Tuesday night instead of watching some TV.
That's right.
Out to the old gym here.
Yep. Old Joe Langston. We are here.
Old Joe, huh?
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Had some of his family. Ricky was in town for the groundbreaking, and so, looks like I saw the officials over here talking to our administration, and our administration is now headed over to our boys. So they probably got told to be quiet. We can't be making noise during volleyball. Last year I was told that there was some kind of rule that they couldn't make noise when the ball was in play. And I was like, I ain't never heard such nonsense in my life.
I ain't heard it.
In play or about the set, about the hit?
Last year what they said was you couldn't bang on anything
Okay.
if the ball is in play.
They tuned them up.
They consider that a noise maker. So and I said, okay, so if I got a trash can sitting beside me and I bang on it, which is what they're banging on, okay, then I can't, that's a noise maker. What about if I stomp on this bleacher?
You wouldn't be able to coach volleyball because that's all you did in basketball.
I stomp, yeah. Yeah, I don't, I won't ever get it, I don't think.
I agree with you on that one. You'll never get it. But here we go back to the original set. We had the rotation out there.
Lovington serve.
Castro hits it over for Lovington.
Ton.
That's a double hit call on the Eunice Cardinals right off the bat. Off of Thompson.
So that makes it
1-0.
1-0. And Castro, this is Myra Castro back serving for the Wildcats. She hits that one across. Jones with the first touch. Over to Thompson. Thompson going to set up Haller at the net. Haller gets blocked at the net by 13. That's Dunlap, and that makes it 2-0.
Here in the third set, I'll read down.
Yep.
Come out with some fire, ladies. Let's go.
Castro throws it up, hits it over. Gillespie does a good job keeping it alive. They're going to set up Reeves. Reeves hits it over. Lovington keeps it alive. They send that one over. Jones with the first touch. Over to Thompson, and Thompson to Gillespie. Gillespie hits it under the net, and it's 3-0.
He's literally under the net, huh?
Yeah, yeah. And so back is Castro. Castro throws it up, hits it over. Gillespie with the first touch to Thompson. Thompson going to set Gillespie. Gillespie fired that one through, but Knapp does a great job keeping it alive for the Lady Cats. Thompson, Howler, over to Gillespie. Gillespie hits it deep, some confusion in the back. It goes off the rim.
Almost made a basket.
That ball almost went in the goal.
I wish I would have counted for 4 points.
That'll be the good, or I guess not for us on that point, but the good thing about the new gym is you probably won't have those goals out there in a volleyball game because all the sides will be up and out of the way, and those ends are those roller goals, so the hydraulic ones. So
the hydraulic ones.
Yeah.
By then they'll be floating.
So what happened there? We were back to serve.
We were back off rotation over here.
Oh, they called a rotation.
So rotation
violation.
So
we finally get a point, and the officials call a rotation violation. It's 3-0. So here goes Castro with another. So Jones with the first touch, and they're going to call a net.
Oh, my goodness.
On who?
Us.
They called somebody in the net. So that's 2 straight points that the Lady Cardinals would have had. That time it's a net. The time before it was a rotation. McBee's first touch goes up. Thompson and Gillespie collide, but we get it across. Knapp over to Castro. Castro sets the other Castro. Jones dives in, saves it, picks it up. Over to Thompson. Gillespie sends it over. A missed touch by the Wildcats, but they keep it alive. Reeves jumps up and hits it. She had a free range slam dunk, but she hit it into the net.
It was too good to be true. It was too good to be true.
Down in front.
Sorry about that, sir. Sorry about that. It was too good to be true.
And the Lady Cards going to take a timeout as they trail 5-0. Eunice getting taken to the woodshed in another set here.
Here in the third set, here in Eunice, in the old gym, old gym. Got to shout out to our sponsors, Redbird Gas.
Let's make sure we don't put a woodshed in the new gym, please.
No, we will not put a woodshed over. I promise you. Redbird Gas, NMR Pipeline LLC, Devon Energy, Redbird Garage, Cardinal Hardware, Park Energy Service, BCH Service and Rentals, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, and the City of Eunice. Our sponsors of today's volleyball game and Thursday's football game, as the Eunice Cardinals will be facing the Ropesville. I think they're the Eagles. What are they?
The Eagles. They are the Eagles. And they're the Ropes Eagles.
Yeah.
The town is Ropesville. The high school is Ropes High School.
Okay.
So they're not the Ville over there. They dropped the Ville. They're not the Coupe de Ville. They're not any de Villes.
I'm not sure the town's even Ville anymore. I think it's just Ropes.
Oh, yeah? Well, the sign still says Ville, don't
Does
it?
it?
I thought the sign said Ville.
come
You
through
can't just drop the Ville from your name. If you're the Ville, you're the Ville.
That's what I thought we stopped forever, you know what I'm saying?
Just said ropes.
It's like you can't drop De La Cruz, you can't drop
All
De.
right, I'm going to have to go to Lubbock tomorrow and see what it says.
You can't drop nice from your name. You can't just be you.
Yeah.
You got to be you nice.
We're going to be the you.
All right, Thompson going to set up Pierce. Pierce hits it across. A nice shot. Lovington was playing hacky sack with it
like
for a
ping
minute.
pong.
Yeah.
Hey, and we're on the board. The score is 2-5, guys. We don't chit chatting. We've been watching the game.
Who's?
That looked like a
who hit that
pinball
one?
machine down there.
Somebody in red hit it.
Yeah. So Gillespie throws it up, hits it over. Nice first touch by Hernandez over to Castro. They're going to set Hernandez. She sends it deep. Gillespie's first touch goes backward. Jones hits it back up, and then Thompson clears it. Hernandez just going to bump it across. Reeves with a good swing.
No.
Jones running backwards, hits it over her head, keeps it alive, and then it gets hit long all the way out the back. And it's 6-2. The Lady Cards trail by 4.
Here in the third set against the Lovington Wildcats. I dropped the in off that one, huh?
Castro, this Malaya Castro, she's back. She hits it over, and
See what they did, right?
Yep. So that time the ball was in between two folks. They both stood there, and neither one of them got it, and the ball hits the floor. That was Jones and Marine. It's 2-7.
Castro goes up to serve, soft serve.
Marine with the first touch. Thompson just has to hit it, and then Haller clears it. They're going to hit it all the way back into the corner, and it's in the back corner.
Was that a Castro who did that?
And it is 8-2, I believe so. I think that was 10 Castro, but I'm not 100% sure, but I'll give it to her.
Or was it 30-weight Castro?
12, hits it up, that's Castro. She hits it over. Howler, over to Thompson, back to Howler, and she's going to send it across,
No,
but
she hit it off the
Lovington
floor.
keeps it alive. Jones with the first touch. Thompson over to Pierce. Pierce hits it long way back, and it's out of here just like a home run in softball. Unfortunately,
We are not playing softball at this given moment.
so it's 9-2.
That's a beautiful save over here by Lovington.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Castro throws it up, hits it over. Howler first touch, and Jones dives in after Howler's touch goes sideways, tries to one-arm hit it. Her and Pierce dang near run over each other, and it's 10-2. Eunice getting whooped.
Tell the way you can say it. I don't know the way to say it.
Castro with a soft serve. Villa comes in short, gets it, hits it over. Thompson taps it over. Lovington is trying to get it back in shape here. Castro hits it over to Villa. And blocked at the net with number 15 for the Eunice Howler. Making the score 11-2 here in the third set.
I got people saying the sign definitely still says Ropesville, so it is the Ville.
Well, I thought it did too. I was just checking to see if everybody else knew that.
They set up, and Pierce gets one to spin off the net. What a little shot there. On purpose, I don't know, but man, it sure looked good.
That's all it takes,
good.
man.
That's 6 kills for Pierce on the day. It's 3-11. Villa throws it up, hits it over. Knapp's first touch is a missed touch. It goes over toward the Eunice bleachers, and that makes it 4-11 off Villa's little ace.
And I heard him say, "Shank you very much."
Yep.
Thank you.
Villa again.
Oh,
and
in the
this
net.
one goes into the net, and that is, man, it drives me crazy, and my own kid does it too, but we'll get a good serve, and then we hit the next one in the net or out of bounds, and so it's just like an exchange.
Yep.
I give you a point, you take a point, and now they get to go again. So here we go, 4-12. Knapp throws it up, hits it over.
That's
it goes
out.
out the back, and it is going to be out of there. Jones dove out of the way on that one at the last second. 5-12 is the score. Jones back to the service stripe. She throws it up, hits it over. It's deep into the corner. Lovington gets it back over into the corner as Greben comes running up, and it does not go over the net. So Eunice with a point there. Jones with a little service action. 6-12 as the Wildcats have doubled us up right now. Jones back to the service stripe, throws it up, hits it over right into this little soft touch. Good first touch by Greben. They give it back to her, and she just touches it over the net. And it also looked like they called Eunice in the net, so they're gonna.
I didn't think anybody was close enough to be called into the net. But
Neither, but it's 6-13, and now Hernandez back to serve for Lovington. She hits it over. Good first touch by Pierce. They
That's
set
a
up
double hit.
Jones
They
in
call
the
it.
back to Villa. I don't think she did that on purpose. So they're going to set up Pierce. Pierce hits it across. Good first touch by Knapp. The ball's battled for right at the net, Eunice and Lovington battling at the net. The ball falls on Lovington's side, so Eunice gets a point. It's 13-7. McBee comes in to serve.
It's kind of like a little slow motion there, wasn't it? Very slow motion.
McBee hits it across.
Thank you, Lovington.
Knapp. Nap goes diving over into dang near the wall. Great hustle by Knapp.
That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
On the red team.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. That ball hit the ground on the blue side the whole time. McBee's shot comes across. It's 13-8. And they hit it over Villa. Villa was on her way up, and it goes right over the top of her head and landed right behind her.
You know that wasn't coincidence, right? You know that wasn't coincidence.
Yeah. So that was
8-4 here.
Yep.
Teen.
They hit that one deep. It's going to go out of bounds. That was Greben.
We got lucky on that one because that back corner was right there.
Yep.
Off that serve.
So that'll put Thompson at the service stripe for the Lady Cards. As I mentioned, she likes to go all the way back to the wall. She throws it high, the freshman, and then comes running.
Had to move the pom-pom out of the way.
You see that?
Castro going to set up.
18.
Aragon. Jones with the first touch. Over to Thompson. They give it to Jones. Jones slams it across from the back row. Ball ends up in the net. And I got to tell you, I've been saying I think we should rotate Jones into that front row some. I know she's not very big, but
depends the fight of the dog, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Thompson with the first touch. Off the wall, comes back down. Lovington keeps it alive. They do a good job. McBee, Thompson, over to Gillespie. Gillespie hits it over. Hernandez for Lovington keeps it in play, and they're going to set up Castro, who just touches it over. And Castro, number 12, that's Malaya Castro, picks up a little point action there. It's 10-15.
Very nice placement of the ball for Lovington.
So Aragon back, throws it up, hits it over. It's a good one. Jones with the first touch. Over to Thompson. Thompson to Howler. Howler skips it right up. It kind of looked like she mishit it, but just enough spin that it landed. Yeah, she even had the look like, hey, I mishit that one, but it was nice.
No knuckleball right there. Here you go.
What is that thing that people do where they do their hand like this? That's kind of the way that looked. But, man, it worked out great. 11-15. Nice Mariah serve there. They get it to Castro. Castro goes cross corner. McBee keeps it alive, and they set Gillespie. Nice dive-in save there by Greben, and Lovington's going to clear it. Howler and McGuire almost run into each other again. McGuire ought to know better, and then Gillespie's going to kill it, and Eunice gets a point.
And Lovington's called a timeout on that one.
12-15. Eunice trying to claw back into this one, making a run, starting to look like volleyball players again this set.
You're hearing the third set?
Yes.
They give a shout out to our sponsors, Redbird Gas, the City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, NMR Pipeline LLC, the Eunice Clinic, Devon Energy, Eunice Pump and Supply, Redbird Garage, BTH Service and Rentals, Corner Hardware, and Parker Energy Service. Our sponsors of today's game.
And don't forget, Devon Energy is hiring. We don't have a list of Lovington sponsors. I didn't receive anything. I don't have anything. I tried to look earlier. I don't know if the station tried to send it, but I don't have it. We appreciate you Lovington listeners listening. There's no doubt I'm a Eunice Cardinal, a graduate here. My kids out there on the team, so if we sound a little one-sided, we probably are. But
just a little bit.
Just turn your volume down. We apologize, and we respect you and appreciate you and cheer for you when you play anybody but us. Knapp with a good first touch. Over to Castro. She's going to set up to the other Castro. Eunice, some confusion there in the rotation.
Massive confusion.
Gillespie's going to bump it across, but Lovington's Castro saves it with one arm back to Eunice. They set Gillespie again. She hits it over. Greben keeps it alive. Over to Castro. Now Knapp just two-arm bumps it like a backyard barbecue volleyball game on the 4th of July. Knapp keeps that one alive. Slides onto her knees, sends it across. McGuire sends that one over toward the student section, but Thompson saves it, gets it to Gillespie. Now we're going to set Castro out on the corner, and she hits it over into the Eunice student section, and that'll be a point for the Lady Cardinals.
Making the score 13-15. Lovington still leads here in the third set.
Mariah McGuire back to the service stripe. Throws it up, hits it over. It's a good one. Hernandez does a great job in the back keeping it alive. Castro sends it across. Gillespie to Thompson, back to Gillespie. She hits it deep,
no, too hard.
way back, and it's out of here down toward Jow, and it's 16-13. Eunice trailing by 3.
Man, we made a good run there.
Myra Castro with the serve. Jones with the first touch. Up to Thompson. They're going to set Gillespie. She punches it over. Lovington gets it to the net to Castro. Castro over to Thompson. Thompson just bumps it over to the back corner. And wow, that one was close. They called that out. Both linesmen did. I thought it was in. Lovington thought it was in. But we're from Eunice, so we'll dang sure take it. 14-16.
I'm pretty sure it was out, Jimmy.
I call a spade a spade. I think that one was in, but we'll take it as both linesmen called it out. Gillespie serve comes in. Lovington trying to keep it alive. Hernandez sends it across. Howler to Thompson. Thompson going to one-arm slap it. Reeves jumped up, looked like she was going to just dunk it like Dominique. They keep it up.
Again.
We've got people there that are keeping it up off the ground, but then they got to move so that the people can come in from behind you and hit it.
That poor young Thompson that he came out from this back corner and had to try to get it.
17-14, Eunice trails by 3. Castro throws it up, hits it deep. Howler. Thompson with the one-arm behind her back hit, and then it ends up on the Eunice side, and that'll do the point there. It's 18-14. Lovington starting to stretch ahead here.
That Thompson young lady's everywhere. She's playing her heart out. We got to help her teammates. Man.
So I got a message here from one of our great sponsors here in Eunice, sending me a picture of the Lovington sponsors at the bottom of the screen. I'll try to, in our next slow moment, I'll try to take a look at them. I can't see them in this picture, but I might can zoom in a minute.
I got him right here, Jones. I'll try to put him in every now and then.
All right, so here comes Greben, and Greben says, let me show you something, as she slam dunks it on Eunice. It's now 14-19 as the Lady Cardinals, the wheels have started falling off again.
You know, they have a Devon Energy in Lovington as well, and they're a sponsor for them as well.
Yeah, Devon is
everywhere.
A major group. Maureen, and that looked like a net. They got a net. They're going to call it. I was fixing to say, they look like they slammed the net to me there, but let's see if I can. You said you had the list.
Yes,
right?
I got some. We got something going on. I look down. We got Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Shop, Western State Insurance, Bob Swiftway, Lee County Electrical Corps, Men's Welding, Stone Oil Field Service, Eunice Pump and Supply, Devon Energy, CYA Trucking, and Eastern New Mexico University, our sponsors from Lovington.
19-15. Some discussion going on about the rotation.
Yes.
Lovington leads by 4 here. We're late in the third set. It's 1-1. It's been a tale of 2 groups from Eunice. They'll look really, really good for 5 or 10 points. Then they'll look really, really bad for 5 or 10. Let's hope these next 10 are the good ones. Villa hits it across. Castro with the first touch. They're going to set Greben, and she hits it into the net. That brings the Lady Cards within 3. It's 16-19.
Eunice is looking good right now.
Villa back to the service line. The freshman throws it up, hits it over. It's a good one. Knapp does a good job of Lovington on the first touch. They set Greben. She hits it deep into the corner. Jones jumps out of the way last second, and it finds the out-of-bounds line. Eunice now within 2, 19-17. Villa back at the service stripe. And now we've got a timeout, Lovington, as Lovington coach wants to talk about it to keep Eunice from getting back in this ball game. It's 19-17 in set number 3.
I don't think it's going to happen. Eunice is playing with a purpose right now. So shout out to the Eunice sponsors, Redbird Gas, the City of Eunice, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Pump and Supply, BCA Service and Rentals, Parker Energy Service, Carner Hardware, Redbird Garage, Devon Energy, NMR Pipeline LLC. And remember, Devon Energy is hiring right now, and I believe it's probably for the same. Is it for the office Lovington as well, or just the Eunice office?
Well,
I think it's just
the advertisement all says Eunice, but it's for a Eunice broadcast. So
okay.
So who knows what the?
I bet if you go on their website, you'll be able to figure.
Oh yeah,
where they're hiring.
Yeah, probably if you went to the Lovington's link, it probably says hiring in Lovington. I don't know. I just know that the commercial they sent me, I've listened to it, and it says hiring in the Eunice area.
Okay.
So anyway, they got the wave going again. Does the football team? They've got little, what's his name up there helping?
Chito.
Yeah, little Chito. All right, they set Greben. She's just going to bump it over. Eunice keeps it alive. Via sends it across. They're going to set Greben again. She hits it deep this time. Maureen going to keep it alive. Jones just bumps it over. Good first touch. They're going to set it at the net. And there is one heck of a
50-50 or what?
Man, it looked like both of them slammed into the net. They call it on Lovington. I thought they were both running through the net.
Yeah.
But anyway, Eunice now within one as Via's still at the service stripe.
You know, if that net wasn't there, they would have slapped each other pretty hard.
Pondo comes in for Lovington. Via hits it across. Knapp with a good first touch. They set Greben. She just one-arm bumps it. Pierce comes sliding through from the opposite side, trying to get to it. Her, Maureen, and Via look like they all almost ran into each other. The ball goes flying out, and now it's back to a 2-point game, 20-18, and Knapp back at the service stripe. They just had people running off and on like it was a substitution for a...
Yeah, libero, you can't do that.
Yeah, yeah. There was I had never seen a volleyball game where they just run servers or run people on and off. But anyway, they did there, and they got away with it. So they hit it deep, and Jones was up under it at the last second. She jerked her arms out of the way. The ball's about 2 inches out, and it's 19-20, and that'll send Chloe Jones to the service line. She throws it up, hits it deep. It's into the corner. Knapp does a good job diving in to save it. Greben set at the line. Good first touch by Maureen. Over to Pierce. Pierce hits it toward the corner. Knapp keeps it alive to Castro. Over to the other Castro. Jones with a nice first touch. Over to Thompson. And Pierce slams her into the net. It's 19-21. Eunice trails by 2, and that'll send Hernandez.
And Hernandez has a good serve. We got to just break her serve, ladies. Let's go.
She's back to the service line for Lovington. Oh my goodness, and it goes off the hands of Maureen. And it's 19-22, and I talked about in our pregame how close every set Eunice has played this year is, and Eunice going to take a timeout. It's been like this. We've been in every game we play. Mm-hmm. We just ain't won none of them.
We're getting closer.
I'm getting heckled already for reading the Lovington sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I had to zoom in, zoom out. I mean, come on, guys, give me a break. I know they have Devon Energy and Lovington Schools on there, so we appreciate them.
Yeah, so 19-22. Eunice trails by 3 here. Crowd kind of into this one, you know. I mean, this is a pretty good crowd for a volleyball match for sure.
On a Tuesday night, and not being a district game and not playing JAL, I mean, it's a pretty good night.
Yep, for sure. For sure. So
home opener, I guess. Well, except for the tournament, I guess.
And Eunice never got to play over here, I don't think. Or maybe they did against JAL. I don't know. That was the night we were in at the game. So there's the horn, and here goes Hernandez to the service line for Lovington. She throws it up, hits it over. Back to Jones. Jones with the first touch over to Via. Via going to set.
What in the world was she doing?
Via set up Jones. Jones was getting ready to hit him. Maureen came through and looked like she was trying to dunk on Jones. Put one arm on her shoulder and jumped up over the top of her and dunked it. And it's 23-19. Jones with the first touch. Over to Via. Via hits it across, and it ends up going too long. McGuire hits it out, and now here we are. This is the way the years win. It's 19-24. Lovington with a chance to win this set. Hernandez at the service line, hits it good. Pierce comes running through. And Pierce now going to hit it across. There's a misplayed ball there. We'll give Pierce the kill out of that. And anyway, it's 20-24.
Yeah, that sure is. 20-24.
Yeah.
Lady Cardinals have a chance here to bring it back and get the win.
McBee back in now, and she'll go to the service stripe. She throws it up, hits it over. It's in, a good serve. Hernandez, Castro, Greben, and she's going to bump it over, and she gets the winning point there, does Greben. That is her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the deal. And once again, they cleared the score before I could even write it.
20-25.
20-25.
The camera guy got it.
All right.
Be a little patient. So give a shout out to our sponsors real quick before the next game starts in 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Redbird Gas, NMR Pipeline LLC, Devon Energy, Redbird Garage, Cardinal Hardware, Parker Energy Service, BTA Service Rental, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, and the City of Eunice. Our sponsors of today's game is the Eunice Cardinals facing the Lovington Wildcats, who are up right now 2-1, correct, Coach?
Yep, that's right. You know, we talked about in the pregame, or I did in my pregame notes, talking about that rhythm and that just no fluid. It just didn't look like we knew exactly where our positions and rotations were at, and you can see that when you watch. I mean, that is the issue. And I know, there is no doubt in my mind, that is going to get better as the season goes on, as you've got majority of your kids don't have much varsity volleyball experience. And it's different being a dad of volleyball. I'm not a volleyball player, but being a dad who's watched multiple kids play volleyball, I have watched as, plugging a kid in that played JV or junior high, you don't move as much. You don't see those kids rotating from the front row over to the back corner and then crossing every time the ball goes across the net. There's a lot more movement. And so for a lot of these kids that haven't played varsity volleyball, that movement from one side of the court, front, back, all over, throws them off a little bit once they get it. And once this group figures that rotation out, I think we're going to be pretty good.
And if I may add, also learn your positions.
Yes.
Don't jump in front of other players.
Yeah.
She has a responsibility. She has a responsibility. Trust her to be able to trust you to get your job done. I've seen a lot of that here these couple of games.
I agree. And granted, it happens to be my kid, but Chloe plays that libero position. They put her in a white jersey. Her sole purpose in life is to get that first touch. Mm-hmm. And so if you're on her team, once again, I'm not a volleyball specialist, but if you're on her team, you've got to know when that ball comes over the net, if it's anywhere near her, you got to get out the way and let her get it. And she's got to understand, I got to go get it. And what's happening right now is you've got everybody else trying to go get it. And so half the time she's colliding with people. She don't weigh 90 pounds. Well, after she gets run over a couple times, now she's gun shy, so she's not going for them anymore. And they're coming down in between people, and it throws the whole thing off.
Because if you jump in front of that person, that means the sitter has to go further back or further forward to get it. And then your guy person's going to hit is out of position. The ball's going to be floated too high or too low.
They need to do some of those drills where you fall backwards and you got to trust that girl behind you.
When you be like that shooting over in Oklahoma, everybody's going to fall forward, huh?
It's just a rotation issue right now,
and it's something they can work through.
Oh no, I agree. I just worry that, like I said, looking at my notes here, the last 0-5 volleyball team, I couldn't find an 0-5 volleyball team going all the way back into the 1990s.
And that's scary, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's been over 20 years since a Eunice volleyball team has started 0-5. And right now it's 2-1 in this set. Eunice is teeter-tottering on that.
We're ready for Dr. Jekyll.
That's back, right. We gotta get them going here. Got to get them positive. It's not like they got a headset on, but we got to give them some good.
Oh, that's a good serve.
That's a good way to start. Serve by Gillespie. She starts off right there with a nice first serve.
And that builds the momentum. That gives you a little bit of confidence from behind the line.
Yep. So Gillespie heads back to the service stripe again. Throws it up, hits it over. It's a good one. Hernandez with the first touch over to Castro. Sets the other Castro, and she slam dunks it. That was number 12, Castro. That's Malaya, and she gets her third kill.
And we got a soccer chant in front of us.
Yep.
Go Messi, go Messi.
Yep. I thought it was World Cup there for a second. Castro throws it up, hits it over. Maureen to Thompson. Thompson just tried to check it over at the net.
It was a good idea.
Into the net. It's 2-1. Eunice trails.
Didn't check it quite high enough. Otherwise, it would have been good.
Yeah, I agree with you on that as well.
So Castro throws it up over. Goes to Jones. Jones to Thompson. Pierce bumps it across. Hernandez going to set up Castro, and she's just going to clear it. Maureen, Thompson, Pierce. Knapp keeps it alive, and then Castro just sends it over. Jones, Thompson, Pierce all the way into the back corner, and it is out of bounds. And
They
it's
went to it
3-1.
3 times. They went to it 3 times, and Lovington didn't try to block. They just played back.
Scoreboard still shows 2-1, so maybe I missed something. And Marine,
Oh, good job there.
man,
Thompson.
Thompson kept it alive. It now shows 3-1. Pierce slam dunks it,
That's a point for Eunice.
and then it gets into the net, and Eunice is going to score. So 2-3. Good job there by Thompson keeping that ball alive as the rest of the Cardinals had given up.
Yeah, exactly. You took the words out of my mouth.
Villa, the freshman back, throws it up, hits it deep. Good first touch by Greben. She's going to set up Hernandez, who hits it deep and out of here. She hit it dang near to Lovington, and it's 3-3.
Yeah, that's best set we've had so far.
Yeah.
Best start.
So, oh, that spins right over the top of the net for Villa. Nap, they're just going to send it across. That ball's hit backwards. Thompson.
Oh,
And Reeves went up, hit it under the net. It's now 4-3.
she was pretty out of position as well. I think she was disorientated a little bit.
So Castro sends it deep. Maureen, Villa, they set Jones in the back. She hits it deep toward the corner, and it goes out of bounds. It looks like, I saw them in that last set try to do that a few times. It looks like they're trying to set the back row some now to maybe work on that. 3-5 is the score. Villa going to set up Pierce. Pierce slaps
push.
it across, yep. And we're going to set Hernandez over to Greben, and Greben kills it.
On stuff like that, what we just did, it's fine here, but once you go further north, they're going to call a whistle on that.
That's 8 kills for Greben. Castro hits it deep. Jones with a good first touch over to Villa. Villa
Good
going to
job.
set up Pierce, and as she hits it out, it's 3-7. And Lovington more than doubled us up again.
And a quick timeout by the Eunice Cardinals here. We're going to talk about it and give a shout out to our sponsors one more time. Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Healthcare, Eunice Health Clinic, I apologize, Eunice Public Schools, the City of Eunice, Cardinal Hardware, Redbird Garage, Devon Energy, NMR Pipeline LLC, Redbird Gas, Parker Energy Service, BTH Service and Rentals, and Eunice Pump and Supply. Our proud sponsors of tonight's game. And keep in mind, Devon Energy is hiring right now.
Hard.
Hire.
They're hard.
Hire.
They're hard.
I can't speak. I'm all tongue-tied. I'm cotton mouth.
Might have to go give me a second job over there. Take this mic
That's
out
your
of my
third
mouth.
job, won't it be?
Well, yeah, or fourth or fifth. I usually have a few. It's
A few jobs.
Yeah, that's what we do at my house. We all work 3 or 4 jobs.
Oh, Lord help us. Scored a 7-3 here in the 4th set as the Eunice Cardinals are facing the Lovington Wildcats.
Castro throws it up, hits it over. Pierce with a good first touch over to Villa. Villa to Thompson. Thompson at the net, bumps it over, and a nice little touch by Thompson over the net. Gets her a little kill action. I guess that's called a kill too, or a point. I mean, when they like dink it over.
It's
called
a
a
point.
dink.
Yeah,
It's a
a
dink.
dink.
I think.
Do you count like dinks? Do you get 6 dinks?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
How many dinks equal a donk?
I would say 6, but I could be wrong. Who got that point just now? Lovington? Yeah. Okay,
Is that
it's
a
8-4.
baker's dozen?
Did they call us in the net?
I believe so.
They did. They called us in the net, so it's 4-8 on that dink and dunk.
The bird are stuck in the net.
Yep. And here comes a shot by Knapp. They set up Mariah. She hits it across. They're going to set up Greben. Uh-oh, soft first touch. Jones going to send it back over to Pierce. Pierce bumps it over. Hernandez sets up Greben at the net. A good block there, but Eunice struggling to keep it alive, and they don't, and it finds the floor, and it's 9-4.
Whew. That's a mouthful there.
Yep. Yep, and Knapp will be back to serve again. The libero for Lovington, and she just
dropped one in
barely
there.
clears it right over the front of the net. And that's a point on the ace
He's 10-4, good buddy.
for Knapp. Knapp back again, throws it up, hits it over. Jones with the first touch. And we just clear it over, and it goes out of bounds. And it's 4-11.
It gets away from us so fast, man.
Yeah. And then we struggle to come back.
Yeah, get that composure back in there in the game.
Yep. Jones, Villa,
Back row set.
Marine, Hernandez over to, and they're going to call something. Oh, they called Eunice in the net.
Oh, my goodness.
Why are we being so close if we cannot block that at this given moment?
4-12. And Knapp back to serve again for Lovington. She throws it up, hits it over. It's a good one. McGuire's first touch goes into the roof of the building or the gym and then came right back down. Finds the floor. It's 4-13. Eunice getting taken to the woodshed again. Knapp throws it up, hits it over. Pierce, Jones, Thompson. Now it's in Lovington hands. They're going to set Greben. She grabbed
Pushed it.
Looked like a little grab like this and a flip over, but no call.
Michael Jordan move. She caught it, palmed it up under the basket.
Yeah. 14-4 is the score. Knapp back to the service line. Throws it up, hits it deep. Jones with a good first touch over to Villa. Villa to McGuire, and McGuire does a really good job touching that one over. Mariah McGuire with a little touch point.
Finally broke that serve there for us. But it's still hurting, man. We're 14-5 here.
Man, it's a rough day in
painful.
the nest.
Got a long
painful.
road to hoe here.
Good serve there by McBee.
That was a
Greben,
push.
that looked like another catch and a throw, and there's a collision again between Villa and Mariah McGuire, and then a Hernandez kill at the net, and Eunice trails 15-5.
We look rough out there right now.
Yeah, I concur. Hernandez back to serve, hits it over.
Good thing she missed that one.
Yep. And so that ball goes out, and it'll be Eunice ball. A substitution. Villa goes out. Haller comes in.
Moving the pom-pom out of the way there. Fixing to serve it from the wall.
Thompson throws it up, hits it deep into the net, and that is 16-6. 16-6 is the score. Greben back to the service stripe. She's going to throw it up and hit it over, hits it into the net.
I think that's the only thing she's done wrong tonight. Hit that ball into the net. She's had a good game for the 11.
Her arm might be tired. Slamming them over.
Swinging.
Hitting them over, huh?
Those slams or those spikes at the net.
Yeah.
Ryan McGuire back to serve, throws it up, jump serve, hits it over. It's a good-looking serve.
It's a 50-50
Knapp
ball.
does a good job. It gets back across. We got a little battle going at the net. And they're going to call us in the net again. I couldn't tell who they called it on.
Wow.
I think somebody in red, I think.
Either Haller or Reeves.
There were only two at the net, so
Yeah.
score is 17-7. Lovington is leading here pretty good as Pondo checks in the game for Lovington.
Throws it up, hits it over to Zaragon. Off the net, but it gets across.
Yep.
Eunice just sends it. Jones with a running backward save, and Thompson clears it. That ball's going to find the floor, and Eunice picks up a point. It's 17-8. Is it 2-1 right now? That's right? Sets, yeah,
Yes,
2-1. So a Lovington win here sends us home for dinner.
I didn't want to say it out loud because I was hoping we'd win.
Yeah.
We need to get some electricians over here and rig up that net with some electricity. Keep them off of the thing, huh?
Castro hits it across. Gillespie keeps it alive. Thompson sets Pierce, and Pierce hits that one under the net, and it's 18-8.
Shout out to our sponsors, Redbird Gas, NMR Pipeline LLC, and Devon Energy before this service hit.
Castro hits it across. Jones bumps it up. Over to Thompson. A little backhand action by Haller.
Ooh, back set. Ooh,
There's
three players on the floor.
people colliding, but we keep it alive, and then we hit it deep, and it is out of bounds.
As Knapp slid right underneath that ball.
Yeah.
Thinking it was going to be in bounds.
Yeah.
Another shout out to one of our sponsors, Parker Energy Service.
Castro hits it over. Jones with the first touch to Thompson. Thompson sets Pierce. Pierce hits it into the corner. Greben keeps it alive, and they set Castro at the net. Does Lovington. Nice hustle by Thompson, and now we set Pierce again. Lovington bumps it into the corner. A one-arm bump by Thompson, and the ball finds the floor. 8-20. Eunice taking a whooping.
Shout out to our sponsors, BTH Service and Rentals. Hey, timeout by the Eunice Cardinals. I can do this in a cool, calm, collective fashion now. Shout out to our sponsors, Parker Energy Service, BTH Service and Rentals, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, the City of Eunice, Redbird Gas, NMR Pipeline LLC, Devon Energy, Redbird Garage, and Cardinal Hardware. Come over here to the Lovingtons. Bring it up. It's been a tough game here for the Lady Cardinals, as they're trailing here 20-8 in game number 4, or set number 4. And like Mr. Jones said earlier, if we lose this game, the night is over for the Lady Cardinals.
And that would drop us to 0-5 on the season, the first time since as far back as I could see into the late 1990s that has not happened. A Eunice team 0-5 in volleyball to start the year. We've had some 1-4 years, but not 0-5. And we hit that one long.
And out of bounds.
And so that'll make it 8-20. Is it 8-20 or 8-21?
8-21.
All right. Castro hits that one over. Maureen with a good first touch. Thompson punches it over. Ball's at the net. Ooh. I thought they might call us for a net right there again, but they didn't.
The net is still moving. Somebody was in it. I ain't calling nobody out in red, but
they missed the point. But it's
it should be 21.
9-21. 9. Villa hits it over. Hernandez, Castro to the other Castro. It gets blocked at the net by Pierce, but into the net and finds the ground, and that's another point for Lovington.
Yeah, they corrected it.
Yeah, so it's 22-9.
Here in the fourth quarter, you can say, right?
Yeah. Castro hits it deep. Pierce, Villa, Thompson. Hit that one nice. That was a good kill there by Thompson.
It was nice. It was beautiful. Nice, solid. Hit the corner and need to hit it at.
And we're up into the double digits. That's good. That's good.
Hey, 1 point at a time, boss. 1 point at a time.
Sends Chloe Jones back to serve. She throws it up, hits it over here to the corner. Greben, Castro, back to Greben. Greben slams it, goes off the arms of Jones and out as she slammed that one hard. That is her 9th kill of the night, and Lovington leads 23-10.
Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, the game will be Thursday evening.
The football game. And isn't it at a strange time, too, or am I crazy?
6:30, I think.
6:30, maybe?
It's going to be hot.
Yeah, we need to talk to the schedule maker.
And that, I have nothing to do with that. I can't even show up for our regular schedule, much less. You heard me make a comment about the Cardinal Classic. It was last weekend.
So that makes it, I think, 24 maybe?
Oh, we got
24-10.
We got a violation over here.
Oh, they gave Eunice the point.
Oh,
yep.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
23-11. How about that?
How about that?
Just like that, we gained a point.
We got a lane violation on the blue team. Lane violation on the blue team.
So 23-11 is what the scoreboard shows.
I think they just give us another 2 or 3 points would be good.
That'd be cool if they were worth 5, man.
When this match is over, this set, if it ends up 25 to whatever and it's over, we'll probably cut off fairly quickly. Shout out to those sponsors: Parker Energy Services, BTH Services and Rental, Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, the City of Eunice, Cardinal Hardware, Redbird Garage, Devon Energy, NMR Pipeline, Redbird Gas. Remember, Devon Energy's hiring. We appreciate you, appreciate all that you do. We're looking forward to the broadcast Thursday night as your Eunice Cardinals will host Ropes. McBee with the serve. It's a good one. Goes off the hands of Lovington. They try to
number 18.
And McBee does a really good job there with a nice serve.
This is like a 2-out rally right here, isn't it?
I guess so. We can say that. I'll take it.
And Lovington takes a timeout, up 23-12.
I mean, good time to reset everything. Take a little breather. Catch your breath.
Yep.
Don't forget what they came to do.
Like you said, 1 point at a time. Keep on moving.
Did you decide, is that football game, is it a 6:30 start time?
Let me look.
Is that against Ropesville or just Ropes?
Man, it's without the Ville.
No
the
Ville.
Sign says Ville, but
the sign don't lie.
Let me see here.
Let's see.
That would be Ropes. from they're from Ropesville, Texas, and I'm missing something there.
Oh, man. They hit it back into
6:30.
that deep corner, and that makes it 24-12 on the Greben kill. That's number 10.
So that game is at 6:30.
6:30 New Mexico time. So it's an early start, about an hour earlier than normal. Throws it up, hits it over, does Hernandez. McBee keeps it alive. Thompson bumps it. Lovington's just going to send it back to us. McBee via to Gillespie, who slams it down, but
nice.
Lovington does a good job keeping it alive. Greben slams it down, but Jones keeps it alive. We send it back to him. Castro going to set Greben again. She slams it again off the hands of McBee, and just like that, the final score is 25-12. So after Eunice won set 1, they lost the next 3, and the Eunice Lady Cardinals are now 0-5 on the season. Not the way we wanted to start, for sure.
Rough.
Yep. And who do we have next as far as volleyball? Do we know? I bet I've got it here somewhere.
I know I sent it to you a while back.
Yeah, I was just scrolling down. Here it is. All right, so that was Lovington. Next is a while. It's actually over 2 weeks. They go to the Mountaintop Invitational Tournament in Cloudcroft. So
That's a tough tournament, too.
September 15th and 16th.
Yep. Any thoughts, Charlie Rosendo, before we call it a night?
Man.
It was just a rough game.
Yep. A rough night. Been a rough start to the season. The Lady Cards are 0-5. Lovington balances things out at now 1-1 on the year. And so congratulations to Lovington. Shout out to those Lovington sponsors and Nomark Broadcasting for making the coverage possible for both Eunice and Lovington and all the schools of Lee County. We greatly appreciate you. My apologies to the Lovington folks for not going over more of your sponsors. We didn't get that list until late in this matchup.
Shout out to their school as well. Their girls were sitting in front of us, and they picked up all their trash before they left.
Yeah.
Good job.
You know, the one thing about Lee County folks, most of the time, you got good people down here. So we appreciate you. Congratulations, Lovington, and best of luck to you the rest of the year, except when you play Eunice again the next time.
Exactly.
And for Charlie Fairbrush, Rosendo Caballero, I'm Jimmy Jones. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Good night, everybody.